Hello?
Mm, I'm here.
Okay, just checking.
Alright. No, I'm gonna be slowly taking off my clothes.
Oh, chick, bow, wow.
Right?
Told you, man. Save it for the followers only.
The
OnlyFans?
OnlyFans account.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. I had to review a lot of fucking shit from Lancer. I don't remember much.
Well, I would saw some videos here and there. You take half damage when you're bracing. We all know what lock-on does. It just adds a accuracy bonus
Accuracy.
that anyone in your party can consume. Critical hits are caused by plus 20 above, plus 20. So, honestly, Lancer does a great job of critical hits, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Restricted.
to just a 20. But yeah, of course you would say that, because just landing those crits just so easily.
Well, Brutal also kicks that, whole upper 10 nod. God damn, it's to have that.
My roommates outside are fucking screaming and singing, hey, 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 but they're doing it all off key. That's terrible.
Ew.
Ew,
Yeah, they
that's
also said try to say
horrible.
hi to me when I throw out my trash. Like my roommates have been trying to say hi to me. I'm like, I work 8 hours a day with people. Let me tell you the last thing I want to do when I go home. Oh yeah, you're new here? Yeah, I've been living here for a few months. Wow, I never seen you. I know. And walked away from him.
Yeah, radical.
It's not like I'm trying to be a dick. It's just, dude, you want to talk? There is no time to talk. This place is just a house for me. I don't.
Yeah, sir. If you want to talk, here is my Twitch.
Hmm. Hmm. I should do that. Like, yo, you'll see the inside of my room and everything. I'll shit talk all of you on Twitch. Yo, open up.
Listen, listen, I really don't have time to interact with period. Just take my Twitch. You don't need to subscribe or anything, I'll just talk to you on chat. I'll still insult the crap out of you, but at least you have a reason to talk to me. Why can't I just talk to you now? Because I've already exhausted my social battery, and I don't want to be in
That's a
front
good
of
way
it
of
anymore.
the way I used to hear it from was like I just lost all my spoons, but I like the social battery aspect. Yeah, look, my social battery is drained. I got no weed in my system because payday's tomorrow.
And oh, if I was that kind of guy,
Uh huh.
and that person would continue harassing me, like, and you remind me of a certain clientele I just want to forget about.
That's another good approach. Yeah, like, hey, look, I work 8 hours a day on my feet. I literally spent all day talking to people about cannabis-based products. I don't have any interest in bone in me to fake a conversation with people. I don't know, don't want to. Like, I don't mind getting to know them, but tonight, no, I'm tired. I've already,
Also,
already. Hmm?
the off-key singing is like a red flag.
Everyone's off key though. You're off key. I'm
No,
basically off key all the time.
no, I'm saying to a simple like, hey, yeah, 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 yeah. How can you get off-key with that? It's
Be-
just,
because they're probably drinking too. I wasn't paying attention.
yeah. So like, hey, so
Mm-hmm.
Batty.
Yo,
Okay, so how are you enjoying the world of Lancer? Like, from all the
pretty
things
much.
you've
Quite a bit so far.
Yeah, the lore. Let me find a way to strip without the stream watching me strip. There we go. So the lore for Lancer, I haven't honestly looked into it. There's a whole ton of it. I know that there is like this whole thing where they're kind of like trying to fight space pirates and shit, and use a certain like what was it, North Star, in order to fight space pirates and shit. But otherwise, the only thing I really know about the Lancer lore is the rim. Haha.
the long one.
I promise I'm an appropriate man.
Need to shave them legs, boy.
Hey,
Yeah.
I didn't go on stream to get judged.
Oh, yeah, no, yes, you did. That's what happens on stream. You know that.
Fair point. I've become so numb.
I can feel new day.
There's a song I heard remixed with it. It was a really good one. But yeah,
Was it?
they'll.
Is it the typical like what was this Jay Z?
Uh-oh.
I still like the Jay Z. I think it's like one of the top fucking remixes of that.
So,
But
for Sorvati, anyone interested, for the Lancer campaign, the setting is in space. Mankind's reached the stars. There are many planets that are inhabited by mankind, and we're focusing more on a singular star system where there's a PMC force known as DDM, which is Drop Dead Men. It's the main basically quote main characters. There are other large interest groups like other mercenary groups that are within the area, and other special interest groups like in the next mission that comes up, Marco is a political figure on his planet, and their first mission was to help some PMCs secure foot ground against civilians. Now the players are going back to the same planet they fought the first time in order to now defend the one of the leader characters they helped the last time. The core principle of
Oh, continue.
No, go ahead. Talk about this mission. I'm eating.
Oh, the entire mission was just like a me and Marco, which is Trinity's count. Our job was simple. Our job was to essentially evacuate a singular area to ensure another PMC was able to retrieve some kind of cargo or whatnot.
No, not cargo. Just occupy.
Oh, okay. Then occupy a specific location.
Mm-hmm.
Problem was the rebel forces were occupying the same location. So me and Marco decided that we would try to do our best to play, devil's advocates with both the rebellion forces and the military forces. We managed to get to where the rebellion forces were, and through sheer good roleplay on Marco's part and fucking lucky dice roll, we were able to successfully convince the rebellion forces that we hoped that the military group was leaving a certain area to go attack the current place they're located at. But we knew that the area that they were previous at is empty now. So
no,
we told
empty of robots. They still had men there, but nothing that could stand against the PMC, the rebellion forces. So
exactly, we convinced them that.
Hmm?
We successfully convinced them that they should leave the area right now before the forces came in full power, full force to take them out. While they take over the spot they left completely unguarded. Which worked out in our favor. And it turned out that was the best solution for the whole force mission.
It wasn't even a solution I could considered until they did it. Yeah. It was
overall.
It was a great mission. The idea of it was just to demonstrate some of the board game mechanics, like walking into traps, dealing with roleplay situations within the my own mechanical universe. The only issue with the Lancer campaign is it's not as organized as I had it with Spiral City. I have a map. I have districts dedicated. When it comes to DDM, it was more supposed to be like a Saturday morning PMC kind of patrol group where I'll just like throw you guys into different missions, and eventually they'll connect because that's what throwing shit at a wall does. It just sticks.
We call that the shotgun approach.
For example, when we introduced Odin's character, his character had a tie-in with a previous character that Danny and the rest of the team had just finished murdering. Yeah, like I said, I just throw shit and stick it on a wall, and it sticks. But it helps make the narrative also smoother. Like it made the character who was joining in more like felt more fleshed out for him. He enjoyed the aspect of being a mercenary on his own terms, then eventually having the idea of joining DDM down the line.
Yeah, I have something like that too, because I was going to offer the player, hey, you're a great guy, and I think you'd be great with under our mercenary group. We also have really good health benefits.
Bar none. I've never died on the job.
Don't ask about the retirement plan, though. We don't talk about the retirement plan.
Oh no, we don't talk about that at all.
And it
It's
just
just
smash cuts to a picture of the kitchen.
Ha.
A deep freezer.
Oh, I was gonna say like it was. I was thinking more the retirement plan is just sticking a emotionless husk in a Everest and just having it boost towards the enemy and blowing up.
No, why waste a good Everest? You just take him to the airlock and go think of the bunny.
Gee.
Sorry.
Yeah, I've been digging it so far. I've gone through all of Dragon's
Videos.
mech videos. And
They're
all
real
the
easy to
lore
sit.
videos.
Yeah, they're real easy to sit down and enjoy. Lancer has a rich backstory. It's just so convoluted that you definitely needed someone like Levin Dragon to
Dragon.
like pull up his pants and go, "I bet I'll talk to the whole world about Lancer because it's cool."
And that he uses the little dragon mech from Battletech's wonderful.
Yeah, he uses the trash can.
No, the dragon. The trash can's
The
called
hence-
the urban mech.
Yeah, he uses the Irby, doesn't he?
No,
No, he uses the dragon mech.
Oh.
Hence his name, 11 Dragon Kid.
Ah, I
He's
see.
using the dragon.
The other mech that shows up occasionally is a Centurion, if I'm not mistaken.
All right.
Centurion
I just
or
got
Commando,
finished-
but I digress.
I just got finished watching myself, both Lich and Zwang. I am confused
Lich was
at how.
tempting.
Look, how the fuck can you utilize Lich? It's more of a support unit than anything, but it's also designed to be in the front lines to die all the time.
More like die and then get rezzed that one time for your comrade. But I eventually just kind of chose the Genghis because it feels beginner friendly.
Blackbeard's more beginner friendly than anything.
Yeah, Nelson or Blackbeard, but let's talk about Balor.
Balor was on the list
Balor.
briefly.
Hey, what's going on, Trinity?
So
Hey, it's Marco. Long time no see, Marco. Ready to get redeployed
Solid.
soon?
I'm at work drinking a brisk.
Nice. Sorvati and I are pretty high.
I'm real tempted to pull out my I have a bottle of Svedka about the length of my fucking calf. I'm really tempted to whip it out, but I'm at work. I don't want to do that.
Smart move. Smart move.
Smart move.
But yeah, I was just gonna start talking about some of the some random machine because I'm currently streaming, and this is Between the Twins opening the Lancer garage. So a chance for all of us to kind of speak about our favorite machines, and I wanted to have the conversation, talk a little bit about, you know, what type of stuff that you guys are looking to do in the roleplay too.
Also, some behind the scenes of, hey, what made you drive to make your character the way it was? Such
Okay,
a-
Mr. DM, you run the DDM.
Hey, do I get a free pass on
It's a
that
good
one?
idea,
'Cause I
though.
typed all of it out earlier.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
you
explaining to.
Yeah, you and Sorvati were chatting, so it's gonna be up to Danny now. But the Twitch chat also hasn't heard yet, so for posterity's sake, I like you to speak up. Just you don't have to go like 100% over it, but just enough for Twitch chat to follow you.
So no.
Yeah, that's
actually,
fair.
Yes.
Well, yes, but technically no. I'm gonna pick.
I like that.
Hmm?
So I was just gonna say, I like that Sorvati's response to me doing that slight lore dump to get him to like fill him in on how I decided on the Death's Head. What his response was: apply fists to faces in quotes.
Yeah, I'm
That's
like,
it.
that's the name of a rule, huh?
That is apply fist to fist.
Mhm.
I can't argue it. I mean, you know what you're doing.
Yep. So I'm gonna bully Danny more. Talk about Jack.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey.
cool.
It's everyone's favorite pastime, bully Dateline. Woo!
Oh, great! This is just middle school all over again.
Fucking
No,
Trinity.
it's the podcast where you bully Danny. We'll make a little
My
jingle
statement
and
hasn't
everything.
changed.
It'll be great.
Oh.
I'm gonna stay by my statement. This is just middle school all over again.
Say the line, Lang. Line.
Say
I'm
the line.
charging with my nanocombin sword.
Yay.
Oh,
The-
come on.
It's great. Hey, no, I appreciate the 110 he's putting into this stream. That's great. That's some quality. I appreciate it. All right, so talk to me about the
I'm-
Blackbeard, Danny.
Well, I was originally going to go with the Tokugawa as my force frame, but seeing the Dragon Kid video about how the essentially what the Blackbeard could do with the grapple capabilities, which is essentially just holding down one motherfucker in spot and just going, downtown ape shit on him. And then I saw like the capability of what you can do with a lot of what North Star's core bonuses can do once you get them stacked together.
And for audience purposes, what is the core bonus? You don't have to be the one to answer if
core
anyone
bonus-
else wants to answer.
Oh,
Say
okay.
Jeopardy.
Well, no, I'm just
What
like,
is-
letting anyone else chat.
DM, I'll take core bonus for 400.
There you go.
Basically, core bonuses are special bonuses that you can take every 3 license levels, and you can always take one from the general massive systems, which is basically the I'm a bitch baby and don't have enough points in one of my things, so I'll just take one of these generic ones. And all of the separate manufacturers have their own core bonuses you can take if you have at least 3
Sort.
license levels in with that company.
For example, 3 into North Star, 3 into SSC, 3 into Horus,
Horus.
etc.
And 3 into Harrison Armory.
That's why
Armory.
etc. That's why I said etc. Because no one cares about Harrison Armory.
Barbara.
Hold on,
The
let me
guy who
let me
puzzled-
double check. Let me double check what's inside. Okay, the Genghis, Napoleon, and Tokugawa Sherman. Okay, they got some contenders. Just the Barbarossa is such a fucking.
But they
great
also
band.
have the Barbarossa.
the
It's
bar.
heavy-
The
A heavy-
Barbarossa,
Heavy disappointment.
yeah, it negates 2 of the contenders worth of.
Is Barbarossa even the one with the highest armor? Like, who has? A Genghis has more armor. No.
Yeah, I think
How
so.
the fuck a Genghis has more armor?
Silvani.
Well,
Silvani went into
that's
the core.
because- That's because Genghis depends more on you putting points into speed so you can get up in people's faces.
The Drake.
Whereas
The
with-
Drake has more armor than the Barbarossa.
Well, that's because the Barbarossa isn't a front line.
But it's massive. I'd give it a 3 armored because it's slow. Everyone on the map could shoot the Barbarossa.
It's just big. Dude, it's just big man hours, all right?
He's just thick
Look,
boy.
just because, look, fat power doesn't constitute health, all right?
It should.
Fat
Easily
power
should.
constitutes to holding a big fucking gun, and that's about it.
Great.
The
Now
big-
Dungeon's hating on people of calories.
Oh man.
Listen, if your calorie intake is more than 5,000, I expect you to take a punch to the fucking face.
If your calorie intake is over 5,000, I expect you to take at least 5 bullets and be fine.
Come on. He
What's
doesn't.
the issue here?
So 4d6 is the damage that they give you. Objects entering area automatically take 100 AP explosive damage, which was armor piercing, and 100.
Yeah.
Wait, so wait, hold on. Pass. Objects and terrains. Are they saying targets in the blast?
Objects and terrain. So that is like buildings, vehicles, and
Not-
like roads
Not
and mountains and
targets.
shit.
Yeah, not targets, right?
Not target.
Yeah, not
'Kay.
target.
So, back to my original statement then. Fucking 4 turns is abysmal long time to wait for a 4d6 damage die.
By
Z-
the way,
Hmm?
let me before you continue with your thought. The Tokugawa, once exposed and in danger zone, can literally use the plasma gauntlet for the same amount of damage, but get stunned. But it's still more viable than the fucking apocalyptic
Barbarossa.
well.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. The Barbarossa can also aim 30 and have a blast area too. Cool. No one gives a shit about that if you have a team comp who literally can
Yeah.
do everything else the Barbarossa can, but better. If you're by yourself and you're the only player, that's a different story. Sorry?
Yeah, to be fair, I can do 8d6 in that amount of time.
See? So the point, the final nail in the coffin is, if anyone ever want to pilot it, I'm definitely gonna homebrew buff the shit out of it, because there's no reason in my mind you make the Tokugawa the suicide machine and give it a stun. Like you don't even let it fucking die. You can't die anymore. Now it's just gonna stun and stay in place. I'm like,
I mean, I did see the Tokugawa video, and I can confirm that the stun has always been there since
Oh, has it?
the recording. Yeah,
Okay,
but
okay.
it's still stupid. It's
Still-
still stupid though.
Yeah, the Tokugawa should just go in there blazing on fire, doing everything it can, and then not get stunned for it. It's so...
And don't forget, like, it's a limited system, so you only have a limited amount of times to pull that attack, even though likely you only can do it once before you blow the fuck.
I mean, honestly, the Manticore is kind of just a better Tokugawa, in my opinion.
Yeah, the Manticore has a built-in resistance to energy damage and burn. And he automatically goes nuclear when he blows up. So, he's better for suicide
Yeah.
for sure, but when I think Tokugawa, and I can't speak for mine, but I'm assuming that when I think of Tokugawa, I think of all the fucking core bonuses that extend its melee range for energy weapons to absurd amounts of like distances,
Yeah.
just for that
Yep.
damage boost. So Tokugawa, in my
That's-
mind, becomes a literal like plasma glaive across the field as a melee attacker.
Yeah, that's exactly what I plan to do with my build down the line. I understand that the Manticore probably has a lot more utility-based things than blows up compared to the Tokugawa, but the Tokugawa I have in my mind, my picture's mind, is that he's going to be literally the glass cannon that has a combat drill that can hit at 7 threat range.
Yeah, fucking imagine you just standing there, Manjiro, right? And you just have a giant, like, well, how big is the Tokugawa? So it's 10 meters tall, built machine. Just fucking smack you with, like, the gods reach of fucking plasma energy, just 70 feet across the air. Bang! Hit you in the chest.
It's not even it's not even physically hitting with the drill anymore. It's
Mm-mm.
just energy hitting
Mhm.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The thing I like about the Manticore over the Tokugawa is that it deals it deals unsavable energy damage for every heat point it takes.
Ugh.
You just everything within like a 2 threat range or 2 or 3 spaces takes 2 energy damage for every point of heat it gains.
That's ridiculous. Ayo!
Yep.
Genghis, put me on fire. Are you sure? I didn't stutter.
Yeah, there's actually a full tech attack that you can I had the option of taking that lets you just give a target 4 heat. And with my sensor range,
Ooh. Oh, sorry. I'm just reading the charged exoskeleton, and I like what they did in the Capcom when if you highlight the Manticore, they start messing with the HTML script. And
nice.
Brawl said unto themselves, let my name envelop you. Seek no shelter from the flame or the teeth of the beast. cloak yourself in the flame of my word and cast back to your enemies that which would blacken your form. Essentially, you explode.
Sylvadia
Hot.
has been drinking deep of the lore.
Boom.
Deep and descending.
Damn it! If I didn't have a fucking mouthful of burrito, I would have said the same shit.
Boom.
I was right, by the way, about in my recalling Protocol Morningbird,
Hmm.
because Operation Morningbird was Line and I's first mission.
Yeah.
But Protocol Morningbird is when Lazarus decides you're being a little piss baby and then shunts you into the void for crying over your spilled milk.
Right. Because that was the protocol to turn you guys off and on.
Yeah.
The operation was named after the protocol.
Right.
That's-
Yeah.
That's
I
makes
just-
sense to me. Yes. Gotcha.
That entire mission is why I fucking hate Lazarus, by the way.
Huh.
I'm still mad over Lazarus being like, no, you're not allowed to get out and give these starving, dying refugees rations. Fuck you.
You want to
Walk.
You want to inform the player, the audience, who Lazarus is or what it is.
Uh, Lazarus is essentially your AI stepmom when you become a member of DDM. And it's basically its main function is to keep you in check and stop you from going against whatever your mission's protocol or jurisdictions are. And in our first mission, we were conscripted to help out I believe it was like an invading military force on a planet trying to take over the government there.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I made this very simple. You guys didn't even know that part until much later. All you knew going in was that there were two forces. You were to assist the PMC, like Danny said, and just get going to your objective. The thing about Lazarus during that whole mission was she was just riding both of their asses, like, keep going. If you take a break or stop moving, we will force the machine to continue moving forward. And there was a time where they were both being held up. Both Jack and Marco were being held up by the security force because they were trying to check to see if Jack and Marco were cool peeps to let them go, through. And so Lazarus was like, "I'm going to start moving your machine in 3 seconds if you do not comply." Because Jack already created made a mistake during the mission. I forgot what it was, and Lazarus was already done with his shit. And Marco
I think
was doing the civilian thing where he wanted to open the cockpit, and she was like, "No, continue your mission or penalty."
Yeah, I remember like Lazarus and I managed to come to an agreement where it let me open the hatch on it, and I just dropped food out of my frame, and then I kept going.
Yeah, so it dropped behind you.
Yeah, I just said my NHP is being a little bitch, but here you go, guys, and then I left.
But yeah,
Lazarus is also the
go ahead.
Lazarus is also the system that contains the consciousness of all of. When a DDM member dies in combat, their body's gone, but their consciousness enters the Lazarus system, a sort of purple haze realm within circuit boards and some kind of cloud system. We actually don't
Nah,
know
man,
much
it's
about it.
Stadia. We found space after Google dropped it. Booyah!
Oh
Well, no
man,
wonder why fucking
High-tech sorcery.
I can't
Necromancy.
fucking get over Stadia shutting down. Oh man.
That's why I was
It
doing the
is?
rip. It is. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. The
Oh.
Google's game development branch shut down 2 years after the Stadia was released. They literally only managed to launch 3 exclusives.
And it's
Never
still not enough.
survived.
Google
It's
took
not.
that L. Game Night just came in and said Google took that L.
Oh yeah, no, they did. Because the lead developer was actually the developer of the first, I think, 3 Assassin's Creed games as well.
Ooh.
So it was looking really promising. And then she just up and dipped.
Oh, because
Deuces.
most likely the reason why she most likely up and did was that the guy who was above her kept saying, "Put Fortnite and whatever trendy shit's going on in this game.
Gross.
Gross. Anyway,
That's what happened.
back to DDM. Yeah, Stadia didn't have any juice. Yeah, literally, I've been telling everybody. I'm just gonna go on a quick tangent and going back to Lancer in a second. But Google Stadia was dead on launch when they announced it. Literally dead. Why? Google doesn't make games. No one was also going to make games for a system or console or make it optimal for that system, right? Not out of their own fruition. Sony wasn't going to jump in and be like, yeah, no, don't worry. We'll make sure our games can also work in the Stadia. No, that never happened. Such a collaboration with any game company? Nah, never happened. In fact, we were just mocking them because they had to open a fucking studio to make their games for this goddamn system. So it was already dead on launch. You're talking to me, a system doesn't even have a launch titles? Your only exclusives are other games that I could use another console that I already own? And your whole gimmick doesn't even work? So give the best equipment. Hold on, Danny. You're trying to talk over me. Just give me a second. You give fucking testers equipment, and they still can't get the same results. They still have the more optimal equipment than I do, or the better internet, and still have terrible fucking input lag. Stadia was a joke, gimmick, and a ploy to get money. The people who worked on this community, the people who were devs, who were trying to make something good out of Stadia, I'm sorry for you, because the whole concept and idea was just a marketing plan. Go ahead, Danny.
I was gonna say, like, another big wrench to the whole Stadia idea of it being flexible is that you didn't even own the games you got from Stadia. It was all saved on the cloud server. Meaning, if you didn't have a good connection to Stadia in the Google servers, you couldn't play the game you bought for the Stadia to play it on.
But I mean, assuming that you wouldn't even spend the money if you didn't even have the connection worthy. Could you imagine someone bought the Stadia without having the proper connection? At that point, I'd say it's the consumer's fault, not Google. But it's Google's claim that you could play those games on any device, which was another problem in its own right. Well, go ahead, Dens.
Another problem was that people saw this as game night, and everyone elaborated, like, Stadia didn't have any exclusives. I personally saw the Stadia as like a cheaper knockoff of the fucking Switch. But at least the Switch has fucking good exclusives.
Yeah, I was gonna say exclusives.
Monster Hunter Rise. But it was the Stadia tried to fill in and try to be the better Switch, but the Switch is much better because people actually want to actually enjoy that device more.
It's not they enjoy the device. The device works 90% better than the Studio. Yeah, that's about it. When you have a product that's reliable, no one can bitch about it. So, in the interim, Google's the only place that Lazarus can pull you guys back into is the servers they didn't use for Stadia as infrastructure.
Jesus.
We got plenty of space in there, and Jack can die a whole lot of times, and we'll go. I got the copy. Anyway,
so we inputted when we put Jack back into his body. We have put Doom 1, 2, and 3 into his head.
Ah shit, he's.
I still can't get over it.
Oh no, wait.
Can't get over that.
I was just gonna say the same idea for Jack. Oh crap, we brought back Jack from Lazarus, but when we were uploading him, we downloaded some Postal game. Kicks down the door. I'm back, and I'm all out of gum to chew.
You mean Nukem.
Where's my balls?
I need my cocaine.
I'm here to chew ass and kick gum bubbles. Oh damn it!
I was trying to remember the quote, but yeah.
The Postal game, you just spend the first quarter of it looking for your dog.
True. So, Lazarus was the sentient AI meant to control the kind of dead space that DDM uses. Do you guys remember what the name of that area was?
The Void.
Let me make sure my notes are accurate to that, but I'm sure you're right.
That's what it says in Roll20.
Probably accurate. It's
Roll20
file,
calls
it
it
checks
the
out.
Void.
Hold on. Sorry, I'm just reading all my old notes anyway.
I really wish we had Cheatham here to tell us the story of when he was a Caliban, with several point licenses into Zong. How he, that shit was hilarious.
Yeah.
Like he just became the next BBEG.
Yeah,
I really hope that our Lancer campaign we don't end up fighting God.
Well, I mean, it's just going eventually. And
Will.
so, there's literally
Yeah, I
nothing.
mean-
There's nothing else I can do about that.
I mean, eventually, yeah,
What is
God
it?
is eventually gonna come down and be like, "Why the fuck aren't y'all dying?" You know?
What is this? A fucking Shin Megami Tensei game?
With
I don't need a
robots.
fucking What?
Did I stutter? With
It's
robots.
more of like Gundam Isekai. Almost, if that makes sense.
Oh, it was called Mission Brave New World. Huh.
Yeah, that was the bug mission. Yeah, I
I'm
still can't
just
get
gonna-
over the fact that
gonna do
Jack
some
was our
trimming.
frontliner, but Marco's the one who's died twice.
Yeah, honestly, it's an ongoing joke within the lore that Jack dies a lot, but currently he has died the least among everyone else.
No one else
But
has
not
died.
Marco.
No one else has died but Marco.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
Which is I just find.
Marco, I
ironic.
think you only died once, bro. Because the
I-
first time I had to use your machine was during the first mission we went through, and that was because you had to step out, and we both agreed. All right, well, kinetically speaking, like what was your name again? Marco
Protocol.
just yeah, Protocol Morning Bird was used on Marco and put him into the void. You didn't die, as far as I recall.
No, I'm still not sure. I thought I might have during the crab fight, but I don't remember.
No, the crab fight, I don't think you died there either. I don't think anyone died until the bug fight. You did die for sure in that bug fight.
Yeah, I'm still circled as one of Cheatham's kills on the bug fight in the bug fight.
You know what's best for me? Going down this nostalgia path, because, oh, what the fuck happened to all these oh, no, these were just the assets I had. Okay.
Yeah, I remember
Oh,
all the
God,
green
the walls
bugs
are
got
like God.
yeah, the green bugs all immediately got murdered by Odin the second they showed up.
Hold on, I'm gonna show my screen to chat so you guys can see. I'm gonna walk down just a little bit of nostalgia history. So you guys could be able to you and Trinity Danny will be able to tell, but everyone else in the Twitch chat would be like, well, these just look like pictures and diagrams, and I don't get the fuck any of it's going on. It's not here for them.
Neither do we.
Oh, shut up, you. Okay, so hold on. Let me pull up Operate Protocol Morning Bird first. No, I did kind of leave. Oh, yeah, I did kind of leave it empty, huh? It was a lot more
I
narrative
recognize the
based.
spot. Yeah, it was totally more narrative based. The spot right here, where you see those two Avarices, is where we encounter the half-wounded Drake, and we convinced the Avarices to back the fuck off and get out of their mechs, or else they'll die to me and Marco. I had one of them in my grasp.
Okay,
He was going to die.
this is the West Wing fight. This is where Jack had his fight with the Pirate Berserker.
Oh,
This is the
yeah.
token. This is the token I use. Hold on, let me see if I can get a bigger picture of the token. Nope.
Like I had what was it, like 3 squads of humans and that pirate berserker all on me.
Yeah, and you still tore through them. So essentially, what was happening? So after the first mission the players had gone through, they got more introduced to DDM, but just very slightly, as to keep the mystery of DDM and all of its proceedings a little bit more quiet. They were sent immediately onto a secondary of their actual first mission. No, their second mission right off the bat. Marco and Jack were reassigned to do an auxiliary drop on a planet where a former Harrison's Armory tech engineer employee was banished to. He wasn't like discommunicated. Nah, he was fucking banished for like war crime related shit, which we'll talk about that later.
I'm old.
And
What?
Sort of batty like war crimes. Suddenly, it got real Chinese Republican Party up in here, sort of batty.
Jeez.
So
You know what?
I'm
That's
surprised-
social credit score, sir. That's on you now.
Yeah, man. Look
Better
at you.
go help the
Get
elderly
down.
get that back up.
so
Shovel some poop.
So, for that mission, we had so Jack and Marco dropped on the planet with a Barbarossa, because that Barbarossa and Saladin, because Hyro was there. It's probably
Right, yeah.
the other player who was there. He joined. He was only there for the second mission. I totally regret adding him. If you're not going to be 100% in my role plays, he taught me not to put people that are only going to be 50 or 80. I can't teach a game during the role play.
Best
Mhm.
I can do is about 350.
Nah, you either
You did
100
teach
or
me.
not.
I mean, technically, you did teach me and Trinity how to play the
Well,
game.
No,
Fall section.
I told him
We had
that
a prior session.
I
was
told that guy, yo, if you're interested and you're serious about it, let me know and read it through. He read it. He said he read it through. He said he was chill with it. I was like, you sure? Yeah. Are you sure, my nigga? Yeah. Okay. And that's when I learned not to take people's fucking words so fucking face value.
Wasn't he the reason why the whole encounter for Marco in the game was that much longer compared to me?
It made the parts where Marco and whatever happened with Marco and him a blank state in my head. I don't remember what happened to Marco.
Right?
That's a
no
problem.
offense to you, Trinity.
Yeah, nothing to Trinity or Cheatham. It's just every part that included Hyro, I was like, I don't remember because I had explained shit mostly. The only part I do remember is when he didn't join for the final fight, which was like, okay, I don't give a shit at this point. I had to eject him I had to immediately eject him or I had an aneurism. Which was good because we had a way better finale.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
even think I was there for any of that mission except the second half of the final fight.
Yeah, it was only me and Cheatham who had to go through that. It was not a fun day for me.
I just blanked the fuck out until it was my turn. I'm sorry, bro. Whatever the hell was going on,
Here's another scene that you guys can see. This is the North Wing, when you guys were fighting against the pirates on the floor, trying to figure out which ship to take into space to go try to intercept the incoming space pirates.
I'm starting to remember a bit more of the fight now when looking at these images. I think another big problem was that there were a lot more specialized mechs fighting against them. And they only said, I think I found 20 grand worth of credits.
In one of the ships or something. But definitely,
Yeah.
unless you have it a piece of paper, I'm not taking it.
No, we gave it to the Merc. Remember?
Oh yeah! You guys gave it to the
We paid
mercs.
we paid that one mercenary for the crab fight with all that money.
Oh, that's why. My
You gave it-
5 wealth that
Yeah, you gave it to
I have
Yasar.
I gave 2.5 of my fucking wealth to Yasar. Motherfucker.
I'm keeping the money.
I am gonna beat him for my money again.
Um.
Don't forget to
Okay.
steal the
Can
shit.
we remind Danny? Can he? Not cheat. Sorry, Trinity. Do me a favor and remind Danny over here. How much
Mhm.
Yasar was holding that fight against that crab.
Oh no, we
I
definitely
bet
would have. At least one of us definitely would have died.
Well, when considering the fact that our fatality rate is at least 1, we're all still doing a good job by those standards.
Shut the fuck up.
Yo,
No.
tell me more. Tell me more.
No, Because here's why. Here's why. If Yasar wasn't there, then the laser beam from the crab would have hit Cheatham. Cheatham would have fucking died. We wouldn't have apocalypse railed the crab. We would have lost.
So here's another thing to think about as well, everybody. So Yasar was taking aggro, which Trinity definitely mentioned. There's another thing you both need to remember too, is that this crab can hold two of you in place. Because both of the crab pincers, only one was holding Jack. The other one was just as busy fighting Yasar as Yasar was fighting the body.
Nah, the other one was dead. I killed it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, right. It died. But, yeah, Yasar was just holding that aggro. That's all I can say. If he wasn't there, yeah, no. Jack for sure would have been dead. And
Hey.
then, huh? Sorry.
I'm just gonna say this. I understand his usefulness, and it was worth the cost, but still, I'm livid that I had to pay that motherfucker to do that. You can't.
I
change-
understand that it was useful, but I'm still mad about it.
Exactly.
Oh, dude.
Out of my fucking pocket.
Oh!
I didn't
Who
see
owns this
Marco-
game? Killer Cat and Dread Prink. Ah, Zelfie! And ex-Zelfie, she likes the Persona 5 strikers.
It's a good game. No, seriously. Did you see the video I sent you of the boss fight?
Oh, I haven't talked to her in ages. Shit. I'll just go wait for her to stream and then ask her. Sorry, what happened? Welcome back, Sir Fatty.
The video. Welcome back, everybody. There was this boss fight in Persona Strikers I sent you the video for, and I told you it's just literally anime Tony Stark.
I probably saw it. Just don't remember it.
Because like, he literally stated a line that was just Tony Stark, like, this world no longer has any heroes. So instead of waiting for a hero, why not just build one? And he's just having this power armor being slapped on top of him.
I am Iron Man.
But his design is so fucking clean. I love how he looks.
I'm trying to find it. Oh,
It should
yo, Keyman. When we get an anime for Keyman. Dodoro Hedoro has a fucking anime. You can't tell
Oh.
me Keyman can't get one.
We don't talk about Dororo at
No,
all.
Dororo
That anime has
Hedoro.
over- That anime has over 300 people dying.
But
It's nuts.
but Dodoro Hedoro?
Yeah. The
Oh.
one about the guy who's missing all of his limbs from demons, so he has to kill the demons that had his limbs.
What? Dodoro Hedoro. You sure you're
Oh, we
talking
gotta
about
talk
the two different animes? Yeah. What are you talking about?
A very brutal anime.
Huh. Moving on. Going to the East Wing fight. Yeah, you got. We didn't even need to use this. No, I did use this. Hmm?
I don't recall any of this, so you
Yeah,
know,
this-
on your own.
No, it's okay. This is something that everyone's gonna recall. Hold on. I'm just
Hang on.
zooming out.
But why is there a grayed out? Why are there a bunch of grayed out hexes in a vaguely phallic shape?
Don't worry about it.
That was building
Oh,
structures.
oh! Hey! Oh, y'all! Wait, who deleted my my really pretty
I
my really
had
pretty
to.
apocalypse layer beam?
I had to get rid of it. It was like all over the fucking place. Oh,
It was pretty.
yeah. So there was also the other robot that was in deployment too. Yeah, there was another robot that you guys had to fight. And there was a ship that had disappeared.
Yeah, it was the crab, and it was the crab, the ship, and the other mech, I believe. I don't think there were anything else. Oh no, there was one more. We killed him before he even did anything.
So I have the
I'm
Atlas.
fairly certain I melted him in one turn because I rolled a crit and so I dealt like 24 damage to him.
Shit. I didn't add these things to assets. They have stats, but they don't have assets. Shit. I have long since used my new assets from my fucking Spiral City days, so... Yeah, if I start showing more of those tokens, it's just gonna start spoiling other shit. So, I could find the original assets, but yeah, these are this is the remains of everything. I had to clean most of it up because I wanted to go over through for posperity's sake. But yeah, giant crab in space. Barbara shot a laser through it. Crab arm blew up. Yasar dipped. He was there. Oops. Mercenaries. Did I give you a character sheet? Well, even if I didn't give it to you here. Ooh, I did. Ebony's Horizon, yeah. But yeah. Man. Nice little nostalgia walk through that.
Excuse me.
50 minutes and 35 seconds? What the fuck is that timestamp for?
Oh, so I can go back later and look at all those little tokens.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
If I had to like reorganize and rename things for Fatty, I'm just gonna make the consequences of your mistakes even harsher if necessary.
Okay.
If you're gonna go through
You'll
the
do it.
if you're gonna go through the tediousness of going through and figuring those names out, fine. I'm just gonna make your life harder for knowing.
He will do it.
I love-
Trust me.
I know.
I love how you think I have the energy most of the time for that.
I know. If it's to fuck with me, I can take it as a joke. But if it's a challenge, I'll step up to the plate.
No, it'll be something far more interesting.
Okay.
No, what am I gonna
You wanna know-
screen? This laptop's tiny.
I'm gonna stream snipe
wanna know-
my GM notes.
What? You want to know one of my favorite non-mission moments from our Lancer campaign?
I mean, I'm gonna be fair with you and shoot it in the dark. I'm gonna assume it was the time when you were working your shit and you and Cheatham had chances to use the Tartarus's repair station repair dock area as your own little personal spot.
Almost. Cheatham and I were in there, and we ended up getting a ping from it was either Lazarus or it was my NHP, and basically said, "Hey, Jack is doing some dumb shit."
Oh
and we're
no!
like, "Oh," and
Oh,
we
no.
we ended up.
That was Lazarus, and it was because during that continue the story. Lazarus called you because
Lazarus called me and Cheatham while we were in a hangar working on some engineering stuff. And Lazarus was like, "Hey, Jack is doing some dumb shit. Figured I'd let you know, because he's your problem now, not mine." And so we're like, "What the fuck?" So we go over to a monitor in there, and we find out that he is at a fighting ring that he has fought in before. And we're like, "Oh, shit. Alright, so we called him, Cheatham and I, and we're like, "Hey, what are you fucking doing?" And Jack's like, "I'm just winning some money in this fight pit that I go to." And Cheatham and I looked at each other, our characters looked at each other in game, and we're just like, "He's gonna get his ass kicked, isn't he?" And we're like, "Yeah, no, he is." So we had bets placed on him getting his ass whooped in the field, and we both solemnly agreed not to tell him that we placed these bets when he did actually win that fight. But we were both calling him and trying to tell him not to make an ass of himself. And he basically just gave us the middle finger and hung up his fucking cum. And the banter between Cheetah and I's character in that was possibly one of the funniest things that that we ever experienced off mission, and that does hold a special place in my heart from that.
Listen, I'm telling you, when we get Cheatham, Sorvati, you, and Danny, all of you guys into a sortie together, it's gonna be like fucking magic. It's gonna be like, wow, this Sorvati really should have been one of the first players we had in the Lancer campaign to begin with. My man Sorvati's just always had a special place in my heart for most of my role plays. From his the very first dramatic session where he was a silent, quiet ninja who jumped off a tree and kicked an Oni to the chest, to the very more prominent and character-driven Father Falcone, who can turn into a 10-foot hell beast through saying a particular rhyme.
I keep north of my man. First he was
Man,
50,
he only
then he
speaks
was
in
30,
rhymes.
and now he's 10. What the fuck's going on?
Yo, we had to nerf him because King Kong movie was coming, like King Kong vs. Godzilla was coming out, and I couldn't have Father Falcone as a guest. Father Falcone stands in a clearing. He's just like, alright, it's time to stop these kids from fighting each other.
I got a massive hangover. Why the hell is there a giant lizard fighting a monkey? God damn it,
Pavel!
Lance, this is
You see,
your
like-
fault.
You see, like, Lance is running towards Father Falcone. Fastball special now!
We still.
I leave you
No,
bratty
stop.
shites alone for 5 minutes, and there's a fucking giant monkey fighting a giant fucking lizard that breathes radiation breath. What's fucking wrong with you lot?
Too. He's got some horror in his hand.
So,
There's some tiny Asian horror in his fucking hand,
whew,
and he's fucking doing sign language. What the
If we-
bloody hell?
if we did all
Someone
Lancer.
just brought from the apes colony. You know, the one lived with him in Africa for years.
No. We'll call Sally. We'll call Sally Brown. We all spend our money on Sally Brown. It's a she shanty.
Hey,
So,
we'll be fucking calling Sally Brown after long.
so the all Lancer party, like it's always a squad thing that happens. Ah man, I can't wait to do this on Tabletop Simulator too. Like I'll have
Yeah.
like I'm gonna once I get a better time, like once I actually get some time to sit down, I'm gonna teach myself a little bit about making the environments so I can actually make maybe a black space map and get a really nice token for Tartarus. So you guys have some nice visual aids and shit. I mean, step up the production value. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, hell, I have one table in saved for Tabletop Simulator specifically for building what is it? Specifically for building Warhammer 40k Apocalypse maps.
Oh, that's dope.
It's like a 12 by 10 foot table.
It's fucking huge.
Yeah. So you can set up a 1-inch hex grid on it.
Oh my god.
So yeah, you see what I mean? You could build an entire fucking map of Tartarus if you wanted to.
God, that's disgusting. Do you understand the dimensions, Danny?
It's pretty big.
Yeah. 1-inch hexagon squares across the surface of it. What, you said 50?
12 by 10 feet.
12 by 10 feet. Basically a foot.
Sounds like an apocalypse table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God. No, I don't need that much space unless you guys get into some real fucking shenanigans. I mean,
Well, I meant if you wanted to build like a full-scale Tartarus for us to walk around on.
yeah. So here's the thing about DDM, right? You guys are just PMCs in a universe where things I haven't actually written are going on just yet. So you guys get a good chance today, and I mean, of course, Cheatham will have his own voice as well to get to voice some other things I can ask him personally. But one of the things I could definitely use some help on is like deciding how serious of political kind of conversations do you want to have in a space adventure. You know, because when people think sci-fi and space, you tend to think a very political narrative because most of it does follow like think about Gundam. What was the another good one that goes into
Star
space?
Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
Definitely, yeah.
We're here to
It was all about
discuss
trade wars.
trade negotiations.
Exactly.
But yeah, so I just wanted to see how you guys wanted to like deal with it. Either if
I
you guys
mean-
wanted to to keep a more campy, spacefaring PMC group where most of the missions might be disjointed, might have an overall arcing theme later down the line, but generally speaking, you're just an employment of a PMC group. And if shit were to happen, you kind of just follow suit with whoever tells you whatever the sergeant tells you. Oh yeah. Sorvati. Before I met you, before you and I like started role playing crazy intensely, I was running this Lancer campaign, and Sergeant
talking
Sav is their leader for DDM. Yeah, so canonically speaking, he's the leader of a PMC in my role play. And I want to tell him, like, literally whenever he's interested, he can 100% come into my role play and 100% tell any of the active players to literally do whatever he wants, and they would canonically either choose to follow or then risk getting court-martialed, which is just going to Protocol Morningbird.
That son of a bitch.
Yeah, so I haven't told him just yet. I'm waiting for things to build
Yeah.
up more. He's a cool dude.
So,
he wouldn't do anything bad, trust me.
It-
I wouldn't give someone such overwhelming power if they were going to abuse it horrendously.
yeah.
Yeah, so what's
So-
up, bro?
To give you an answer on the my stance on a political situation in a tabletop game,
Yeah.
I will tell you a very short story. One of the first characters that I ever played with my boys in D&D was a bear man, which was a homebrew race that me and a friend wrote, and his name was Fafbridnus Yegdramona Bookmendruther. All right, and he went on in that campaign to single-handedly build infiltrate. Well, not single-handedly, but with the help of 3 party members, infiltrate a city, murder about a third of the guard population, kill the half vampire king of that city, and built a nation. I spent 4.5 hours staying silent throughout the rest of that session, figuring out how to tax the people of my nation. I will leave that up to interpretation on where you think I stand on my comfort with a political game.
No, very sorry. Totally get it. Like, do you want to make it... I guess the thing is, do you want to make it opera-esque political, or is there a better way of going about it? Like, do you want to be
Do
all...
you want to make it like Dune?
Dune's a good direction of thinking about it. Yeah, I definitely like to go... definitely like the idea of you going towards a Dune... Oh, my camera froze.
Yeah.
Am I gonna get court-martialed for not knowing what Dune is?
Yes. Denny, kick him into outer space.
Retire him.
Oh, shit! Retire!
Take him to Detroit.
No, man, come on. It was not that harsh of a sentence.
You're right.
Come
You're right. It should be harsher. Take him to Brazil.
Oh.
But yeah, no. To quickly summarize Dune, do you know anything about Game of Thrones?
Am I gonna get a court-martialed for saying no?
No, Game of Thrones is much less egregious. It's okay.
Okay.
How about Crusader Kings?
Am I gonna get court-martialed for saying
God.
no?
The Klingon royal families? Or the great Klingon races?
I'm just gonna stay quiet.
God, you sheltered motherfucker.
No, hold on. What do you know about?
Yeah, right?
Can you speak to me in like a Halo language?
Okay, Halo can work. Hold on. I got this. So,
Sorry.
so
Sorry,
hold on.
I just watched some nigga run out of the apartment building I'm sitting outside of, and the wind blew him in the back so fucking hard he just face planted in the middle of the fucking road. Holy
Lamau.
shit.
Jesus.
So, okay,
Oh, man.
here's how I can explain Dune through Halo. Check it out. Now, Halo is the ring that everyone in the universe kind of wants for different reasons. So,
Alright.
in Dune, there's a tangible object known as spice. It's kind of similar to the importance of the people in the universe of Dune as the ring is for people in Halo. Except the spice doesn't destroy the universe, rather it's like sniffing cocaine that literally
It's a
enhances
drug.
you. Like I was saying, sniffing cocaine that would literally enhance your physical, mental forms.
Oh.
Now,
So it's like the civilization stage of Spore.
Intergalactic, though.
and there's also
Okay.
these huge galactic noble families that own entire planets, and then fight and barter for control between other houses. So the
So
idea
it's
that
the space stage of Spore.
But yeah, but warfare's differently. There's also a spacing guild, which if you don't pay them, you don't leave your planet. They own space.
literally, and if we went
Uh.
if we went for a Dune-esque universe, that kind of technology will definitely be the kind of thing that will be present. The Tartarus itself, would still have an FTL drive, which makes it even that more rarer of a machine in that universe.
Because
But
what's
yeah,
awesome
that's
with
it.
that?
Well, no, DDM itself is awesome like that.
I didn't startle.
So, the other idea I had for campaign-wise for a setting would be keeping it to kind of Gundam-esque theme, where mankind kind of went into the colonies instead of colonizing planets entirely, and only a fair few planets are actually habitable, where rich aristocratic humans land on and become planetoids, and those humans who stay in space are space noids. Haha, I'm clever.
The Earthers.
Well, they wouldn't be Earthers. That's why I said planetoids.
Filthy planet noids.
Or
All I wanna be is a
Arcadians.
space noid.
But yeah, mankind is divided in that, and there's a huge fight for resources, both natural resources being that much rarer in those as export resources into the rest of the of mankind, where mankind lives more on fringe giant frigate ships docked into these rotating space platforms that collect artificial sunlight to make for greenhouse groweries. These large green stations are usually are called the greenhouses of space, and used for basically where mankind itself like anchors themselves. You won't find human life too far. Like you won't find human life more than like 1,000 miles away from a single green station in space.
No.
But yeah, that's one of the other ideas I can come up with. What do you guys think of that?
I think that I don't know how to put a robot together, so maybe I shouldn't really muddle in gameplay decisions.
Nah, I'll just get to Trinity and this guy, Danny. What do you guys think?
I always felt like having major political roles in any of the Lancer campaign kind of feels weird for like a PMC group.
How?
We're just mercenary.
Yeah,
Well-
literally, who do you think hires mercenaries?
Political.
Well,
groups,
here's the
but
thing.
we're not there to question what they're doing. We're just there to do the job they paid us for.
Okay, I mean,
Right.
if you,
There to-
go ahead.
We don't have to give a shit about the politics.
Yeah, I just still need to get a sense of bearing for the theme, the overall theme. It helps me as a DM write content that's more akin to what you guys want to see.
Like, honestly, I really enjoyed it's a difficult way to put it. The best way I can explain it is I really enjoyed the storytelling like method that the DM for the All Guardsmen party used, where all of the information they got was pretty much auxiliary in ways that they managed to find it or overhear, where it wasn't dumped on them specifically, but if they happened into the right places or sought it out in any way, they could find what they were interested in.
Yeah, that's kind of how I run my spiral. That's kind of how I started running my campaigns. Taking more inspirations from the All Guardsmen party. When I was running Yokai Hunter Society for the first few times, and why its popularity is it's in its revival to come back. Especially for Spiral City. If I didn't employ such narrative like skills, Spiral City would not be as interesting for me to continue writing as it is. Like all of Spiral City was basically. So what do you guys want to do in the city? What is there to do? They had missions just like you got, just like you two, just like you had with Danny. Their first mission was the bank heist, and I was like, well, get to chat with some of the people, get to know a little bit of Spiral City, and then big old fight to test out the fight mechanics. The second mission was a little bit more roleplay, but then we finally had some more roleplay to develop the city itself and really flesh out like the districts and everything in Spiral City. And then the prison riot happened, which which was not a consequence, but like directly happened because of Danny's choices.
Shouldn't have broken those bank doors.
Essentially, Danny decides to leave the only like antagonist enemy anima alive, because every other one he'd go and proceed to murder in cold blood immediately. Yeah, then he drew a bust through a prison, but that's actually pretty okay. Depending if you're not Father Falcone, because then that bust blew up on you.
Yeah.
But portals, Alistair steps in between. Portals, guys!
Don't you like that one? Don't you like that one video game that's all about the cake? Says Alistair as he just smiles a bit.
I see it came at an interesting time. I love it.
Speaking of,
Yeah, speaking of Loon, here he is. I was just gonna say, yo, Showtime's next trick, Loon. Okay, guys, and for Showtime's next trick, pulls out the Revere, put all the money in the bag.
I'm gonna make your money disappear.
And you see his eye, like his right eye glows blue because that's the portal opening.
Has the same eyes as Zelos from Slayers.
Ooh. Nice. I got that reference, Captain America.
Wait, hold on. I got that reference.
It's an older one, sir.
I didn't.
Checks out.
Yeah, like Sir Freddy said, it's an older one, but it checks out. How you doing, Loon?
Yeah,
We were just-
I'm honestly. Oh, go ahead.
No. I was just saying hi to Loon, but what you were saying, my friend?
I was just gonna say I'm honestly really excited for our pilot missions, where we do more out of frame stuff.
Yes. No, I definitely have more things in plan involved. It's especially like giving more narrative breadth to DDM itself. When I was first writing the whole campaign, I had previously stated, definitely wasn't in the right headspace for even considering the narrative depth that would require to run a campaign. Which is why, again, Yokai Hoto Society and Spiral City have become such a heavy anchors in my gameplay style. They really have helped me cement my gaming kind of my kind of mojo, how I do things, and I've only been improving more and more, looking to put more and more production quality in everything. And one of the definite elements in my production value that I want to increase is having more roleplay elements that aren't just necessarily combat engagements, but definitely like, hey, yeah, you guys get to spend an entire week or entire month on the Tartarus itself. and be able to like, yeah, you can choose between going to the cafeteria, going to different areas in the Tartarus. We explored the idea just a bit during the actual campaign, but it was never like long enough, and we kind of ad-libbed it. We went through 3 weeks really fast, and there was definitely more room for me as a DM then to have kind of squeezed in more memorable moments. I did kind of try to sprinkle it in interactions where Jack was just so happenly always within everyone else's reach to go say hi with every week. Like
Mhm.
anytime you guys made rolls and were doing something, Jack had just been like, "Hey," and then leave.
Oh yeah, like when I went to the quartermaster to requisition some shit, Jack just happened to be there right in front of me.
Oh, hey, man. Marco. Hi. See ya.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah, he was just, hey. He went up to the quartermaster. Quartermaster told him to fuck off, and then
But I still got what I needed.
No,
yeah,
no, no. You didn't
but-
get anything. You walked up to him. He's like, Legion was like, "What do you want?" And I actually forgot what I wanted. Then you just walked away, Danny.
No, he wanted his the exercise equipment or something, right?
Yeah, right.
I went out the whole gym, so I can practice on gray hunting. my
Yeah,
new
no,
fighting
but
style.
no, but we were talking about requisition from Legion. But yeah, it was another type of the roleplay. But yeah, you did do the fighting style. I remember that.
Which helped me out with the fight between me and this guy, dude. The
Showtime be scary since nothing is stopping it from shrieking its portals to trap someone's limit. For my next trick, you lose that limb.
Oh no!
You
It's
know,
a lefty!
Jack can say the same thing.
Yeah, so you guys have to. So the thing is, you guys, he hasn't played with that concept just yet. While holding an enemy's arm in that portal through the portal and then just closing it. That's so cynical. Jesus Christ! What are you doing to my poor Alistair? He's an innocent boy.
Oh, not anymore. He's not.
Apparently,
The cafeteria.
no,
I
no,
can
no.
imagine-
Father Falcone, that was entirely Hell's Wrath.
I was saying, I imagine like Al when he walked into the room, he had his eyes closed, and Lance was the only one who probably saw everything. But Al was like the one of the group who had his eyes closed the moment like he saw just a bit of red.
Man, that's a
It's
lot of ketchup on the walls. They were throwing it really hard. The meatloaf everywhere.
For a college student his age, he's surrounded by a lot of dead people.
Well, also to answer to kind of like hark on to go back to quick to Loon. I do hope you're feeling a little bit better, my friend. It does sound a little frustrating that you aren't able to focus on the tasks ahead of you. Whenever I feel like I'm unable to focus on certain things, I remind myself that I'm not perfect, and it's perfectly okay to be human. To take the exact amount of time that you need to process things in order to handle and go through the things that you can do properly. Sometimes you can't focus because it's just not the time or the place or the over effort. It should be put somewhere else. So consider maybe trying to focus onto some other tasks that you can work on. Maybe something a little easier. I don't know. Don't try to stress yourself out too hard.
Something that I find helps me kind of refocus is like if I'm having trouble focusing on like work things that I need to get done, or like back when I was still in school, if I'm having trouble focusing on schoolwork that I needed to do, I would get into a game or something that I enjoy and focus on like getting like a big task done, because games are something that I really enjoy and find myself having more to do with almost.
Mm-hmm.
So like one of my favorite games is The Forest, and I just like pick it up and just start on a big building project to just kind of mindlessly like focus on it and let myself kind of detox and flesh out what I want to do, and then that lets me go back to the kind of work that I want to do with a fresher headspace, you know.
Understood. No, I totally get that. When the same exact tactic that I was describing is exactly what you were putting into motion. Like, give yourself a distraction from what is you're trying to focus on just a little bit, and then come back to what you want to focus on. And understanding and especially agreeing with especially knowing that I have my own levels of ADHD, like super levels of ADHD. Um, Holy shit, putting tasks and getting them done unless they're like vital and critical, it, damn near fucking impossible to get something done. But the way I really handle my ADHD is like reminding the monkey in my head, nope, pull you back down. We have something to do. What's the list of 3 things we got to get done today? Okay, good. We got to make sure to get them done. Keep them nice and short. Keep your objectives, dailies, set set short-term goals. Much easier to hit. Longer-term goals are much harder to hit, which is why you guys tend to see me like whenever I plan things longer out, is because I want to make sure everyone gets inclusive. Otherwise, I literally plan my life 2 or 3 days ahead each day, and that's it. I don't usually plan much further than that. I work hard. I got a flow, and once I have a flow of that, everything else comes
I'm
natural.
really feeling the flow.
Yeah, a good way to
Oh,
prioritize
Kunaji,
tasks is
wait, one
by
second.
how long they'll take.
Yeah, just 1 second. Kunaji, welcome to the chat. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But yeah, so like, for example, something like doing the dishes, you can do that in 10, 15 minutes, so that's something that would go higher up on the list, but like drafting out a finance report or something like that, I don't know. I don't have a job. I sit in a car and look at cars all night. Like that takes a lot longer, a lot more effort and work goes into that, so that goes a lot lower. So for me at least, getting done smaller tasks first helps give me a bit more of the motivation to and focus to actually get done and tackle at least part of the bigger tasks that I have that I need to get done.
Agreed.
Depends if you like doing finance reports. God damn it,
You also have to play to your strengths. Admit to yourself what kind of planner of a person you are, especially when it comes to people with severe cases of ADHD like myself. Maybe you aren't a long-term planner. Maybe you are a midterm, like mid grade kind of like scale, like time for scaling for person. Like you usually think 2 or 3 days ahead of things. You don't really have a long-term set of goals, but you can make very small short-term goals that you can get done really well. Or maybe you really can't have all that focus and you just hit short-term goals. In which case, come up with a long-term goal and then break it the fuck down every little metal piece you can, and then just play the ladder game, going up the list of chores you need to do for that one long-term goal. For example, if you could only do small-term goals, take something you really, really love, and then break it down to a ton of small like tasks. For example, if you wanted to learn how to sing, but you just have a severe amount of ADHD, you can't commit to lessons, it's really hard for you to commit to anything. Make small tasks every single day to give yourself the little boost that you can work yourself into a rhythm. Every day, just tell yourself, yeah, you know what? This is a moment. I identify that this is a moment that I can spend just 5 or 10 minutes learning how to sing. I'll listen to a YouTube video. I'll practice myself. Maybe I'll sound stupid. Maybe I'll get the rhythm of it. Maybe it'll snap. Or maybe I'll talk to somebody that can teach me more. Yeah, you're exactly. ADHD definitely needs a level of structure too, and I feel that as well, Kanaju. Like you need some level of like. When I was in a more intense relationship with somebody, I learned especially how important it is to have a partner who fits the opposite sort of thinking style. Like Kunaju suggested, his ADHD needs some level of structure with some open-endedness. And like having structure to it really helps out. Yeah, if you don't have a routine, I forget everything. It makes sense.
Mm.
When you don't have a routine to it, it does make it harder to remember. which why rhythmic things make sense, make it easier for me to remind me of like how to recall things. Typing and writing things out too is a definite another way of remembering, keeping a good memory on things, and repetition through audio cues, where people continue to say to me, I'm like, I didn't hear you the first time. Can you repeat it a second time for me? And sometimes I've heard them the first time. I just want to make sure I heard them correctly.
Mm.
But yeah, sorry, I just have these tactics for ADHD. This conversation went straight to ADHD. Sorry.
No worries. Um, to flesh out a little bit more on your point about like using singing as an example, another thing that can be really helpful for it is using something that you really want to do just for you that isn't like an imperative task, but you have trouble finding time to dedicate to it. Like
Mhm.
that can be something that you can do while you're focusing on other tasks. Like if you're go back on doing the dishes, for example, you can put on music like songs that you know, and you can work on trying to vocalize and harmonize along with them and get a bit better control over your voice while you are also getting done the other things that need to get done.
If your tasks also don't have like an end, that's also a good thing too. You shouldn't think of a task to be completed and that's the finality of it. You should think of a task as the routine to build you into the behavior to get you to the place you want to go to. For example, uh, you, becoming a better singer is subjective in all reality. What is better to anyone but only yourself? Betterment is only something for you to decide where you reach the end or goal of it. As long as you continue to
Mhm.
enjoy singing or writing or any of the subjective type of creative goals, you should just always aim to continue like to do it. Why not? If you have the singing in your chest, I say sing. If you have it in your fingertips, then write. Uh, you know, don't be afraid to express how it comes out of you. Just make it a routine to slowly develop small tasks that you will enjoy as a person. If you have a long term goal that's a subjective, creative goal, just never stop pursuing it. Never stop trying to hit it. Always keep going for it. Sometimes you don't hit the stars, you just aim for them, so you keep going for it. It doesn't always mean you'll get to the stars. Not everyone becomes a shooting star, because if it was always about becoming stars, then everyone would have already been one.
Yeah, and I think even something like getting into shape or working out can fit into that same degree too, because it's up to you when you've reached that goal of getting into better shape. So that's something that never really has to end.
And
That's a really good example of that.
and one of the things that I've personally realized as a human, and I don't know if it's this profound thing that not everyone wakes up to or is aware of, but like I'm gonna skip a whole lot of context, but TLDR coworker it was cheated on with their wife spouse. I think I talked about it on stream,
Yeah,
You
you did.
have.
but it was that moment when I heard the news the first time. It's like the world kind of paused, and I was put in a spot. Do I listen as a friend, or do I keep pushing it my work as a coworker and not care? And then that moment made me realize we live in those tiny moments, very small bubbles, almost every time in our life. We are always constantly choosing that kind of those kind of critical moments. And for many people, they just choose it blindly. Those critical moments without
Mm.
even a second question or thought about the gravity or the duality of the situation. You know, like I walked it through my head
Yeah.
just really fast. Took 5 seconds to really think about my choice to make it meaningful. Sure, I could have just ignored what happened to my coworker. We're coworkers after all. No legality towards me or anything. No one's gonna be mad at me. I made a good choice for myself. On the other hand, I work with them and I do sympathize with them because I try to treat my coworkers better than the customers because I think all the customers are unless I'm working sales on the floor. I think all the customers should just go to hell. When I work cash, I want to see no one in the dispensary. When I work consulting, I want to see everyone.
Mm.
Exactly, Kunaji. See, you even understand how 5 seconds sounds to me. I've gotten to the point where I can stop myself and go 5 seconds and think exactly what I need to go Listen, the moment they let me knock out somebody from work, I'm gonna start playing. Mama said, knock you out, ow. Mama said, knock you out. At work.
Instead of the purge, once a year, retail workers should be able to fight one customer.
Yeah.
Yo,
Just one.
just this old vaginy woman starts talking to me, giving me shit. I start unbuttoning my shirt. I'm like, just keep going. Just keep going.
Oh man.
You're making it worse, bitch.
Old hags who realize that they have nothing left to lose in life, so they're just dedicating their time left on this earth to being bitches to everyone who works in a store are the worst.
So my favorite experiences with retail, right, so far when it comes to working with that kind of crabby bitch level woman, is killing them with kindness. I have killed so many people with kindness, it's not even funny. I'd come up to people who are visibly upset about some product. I'm like, hi, how's it going? Talk to me through about your problem issue. And I literally baby talk to them to the point where I defuse the situation. And if they're still mad, I'm like, well, sorry, can't help you, bitch. Keep a stepping kind of attitude. Because I'm a New Yorker. And all of my California coworkers are like, yo,
You're
Dom,
so
what
fucking
the
rude.
No, not even rude. Like, Dom, you're just so, like straightforward. I'm like, yeah, because y'all bitches out here just trying to sympathize with every little motherfucker for every little shit. Nah, motherfucker. Something. Yo, this one guy came up to my face, barely wore his mask. He was belligerently drunk or stoned and getting mad at me for something. He's like, yo, can you open this package too? I was like, calmly took it out of his hand, went through my procedure, put everything perfectly, got him to pay, gave him his shit, and he was like, aren't you gonna open it? I'm like, nah, you can go outside and get the fuck out.
So, a slight alteration to my earlier idea. Instead of making it a day like the purge, at the start of every year, an employee gets to fight one person. But it's good for 1 year, so they can use it whenever.
It's like a coupon. Yeah.
Yeah.
It expires on December 31st. And you can just place it down, like put it into your register with your signature on the back of it, close your register, and then just clock someone in the fucking schnoz.
Oh, you have to sign a waiver
Oh,
before you
man.
walk in. You have to sign a waiver. It's like, yeah,
Yo,
so...
That
This
whole
is like-
attitude, this whole punch of coco for free kind of ordeal should also be applied to teachers, because let me tell you, I don't know how teachers can do it without punching those students
Hey,
in the
Line?
fucking face.
Hey, Line.
Yo,
Everybody gets one.
exactly. That's
Everybody
exactly
gets
what I'm
one.
saying.
Yo, you walk in my classroom,
Every teacher-
my hands are ready to eat. That means each and every one of you.
These hands are ready to eat for everyone, motherfucker! And you're goddamn everyone!
Because like a kid just like talks to his other kids like, yo, did you hear that Mr. Dungeon hasn't used his one yet? And they get scared shitless because Dungeon can punch a kid for free without any repercussion.
No, dude.
Oh, God.
You walk in my classroom, I'm immediately saying there's one for each kid, Danny. Screw it, students. Tell the parents are far worse. Tell the other kids to stop wearing blue. Timmy doesn't like blue. Oh, dude. I'd lean down to that woman and go, listen, I'm gonna do what other teachers probably should have done in your life and literally tell you, no one else is wearing blue for your special little boy. Fuck you and Timmy.
I don't know why. I made a mistake. I full force punched the dash on my car like 4 times, and that was a mistake.
Yeah,
Oh.
that sounded like a mistake. I was just gonna let
Yeah,
you play.
no.
Anything?
No.
No, I'll probably do it again at some point tonight.
At
Don't
least
fuck
you're
Timmy.
honest.
Don't fuck Timmy. That's how you end up in jail. Well, okay, fine. You're not wrong.
Oh man. Oh man.
Let's get.
Luna, that reminds me of a story from fucking my first year in college. I was in a history class. It was Western 2, I believe. It basically goes over like the French Revolution, World War II, maybe World War I. I don't fucking remember. Like that stuff, right?
Right.
And the professor told us a story one day because he had a strict no laptops rule. His only addendum to it was that if you sat in the very front row, you were allowed to use them. And one day, I'm like, hey, professor, whatever the fuck your name is, why exactly is it that we can't use laptops? And he's like, all right, you want to know why? All right, I'll tell you guys a story. So one day, I had
story within a
full class
story.
of students. I was doing. Sorry, let me put on my best impression. One day, I was doing a class on Western Civ 1, and one of my students in the back was on a laptop, and he had one headphone in, and I noticed he wasn't paying attention. I tried to call on him to have him answer a question, but he didn't. So I started walking closer, and in the back of these classrooms there are these windows, and you guys can see people walking through, but they also reflect light. And I happened to see over his shoulder that he was watching some very inappropriate things on his laptop and not listening to me drone on about the possible construction of the pyramids. So naturally, I kicked him out of my class and gave him a failing grade. And that's why you can't use laptops. We all called him a fucking idiot to his face after he told that story, and I cannot get over just still how fucking stupid that was.
What?
So my man
The-
just
the-
decided to ban porn forever because of one stupid student.
He completely banned laptops in his class because one student just got horny listening to the construction of the pyramids. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, you know,
Watch it
whenever
all
I
day
listen,
off.
yeah, whenever I want to get rock hard, I first go in what's it called, the History Channel.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Like 10 big sweaty men dragging stone bricks up a up a 45-degree incline.
Jeez.
Cut print gay.
Sir Betty, what you
Oh,
gonna say,
man.
buddy?
What?
I thought you were gonna say something, buddy.
No, I just said bronze-skinned slaves. Surprised that professor wasn't getting excited.
My 80-year-old
Oh,
world
man.
history teacher paid me to teach him about computers.
The future is now, old man.
How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Well, a lot
You
apparently
can't-
because I'm paying you. Oh, okay. Here's how Outlook works. Here's how to dab online.
Here's what to do if your website starts lagging. All right, you
Oh.
click this red X button in the top corner, and then you open it again.
I got a
It's
question.
that fucking simple.
I got a question
Hold
for you.
on.
What if I post cringe? What if your 80-year-old world history teacher posted cringe?
You delete System 32.
Grandma calls you and tells you she found this
hang on.
wonderful website called B with all these nice people.
I was
No.
gonna say bro, if you found out that your 80-year-old teacher posted cringe, you show him your new iPhone, and you have it very close to his chest.
The true cringe is making fun of other people for their interests. Very true. It's very cringe to make fun of people for their interest. I'm sorry, I was reading Loon. What was it, Dance?
You show your 80-year-old world history teacher your new fancy iPhone, and you hold it very close to his chest.
Oh no! Because then the magnets would trigger. If you guys weren't aware, literally Apple has their magnets in their phone that can trigger the pacemakers to turn them off. And what's Apple reply? Lamal, keep them away from your chest.
And it also warned on the defibrillators too, so you couldn't use a defibrillator.
Could you imagine a phone company going, Lamal, keep it away from your chest, bro? Don't you all have phones?
By reading this meme, you forfeit all legal rights.
Damn, we doing that now?
Oh, give it time, man.
Oh, I bet he was a fun teacher, man.
My
Yeah,
he
was.
teacher-
Go ahead.
I can actually tell you. So one of our projects in my film class was that we had to. It was shot composition. So they wanted us to put together shots using different lighting, and the examples we were given were like the lighting they use in like true crime shows where they use warm light to depict victims or family members of the victims, and they used a lot of cold lighting and harsh shadows for depicting, suspects or, people that were negatively contributing to the story. So the way we did this was we went with a sort of true crime aspect thing where we had one of the one unnamed guy was like murdered on the street, and we had multiple different characters that knew him. We had like his brother was there as like the warm lighting like familial member. We had the one suspect who was the least likely, who was just in his apartment or like at his house, and he was also in like warm light but with harsh shadows. We had one of them was a puppet. One of the guys had like a dozen puppets. I don't remember why. But one of them was a puppet. It was a squirrel named Froyo, and he talked like this. And he went on like this whole thing about he was with like the ice cream man and heard a loud bang and shit. And then I was the prime suspect. Now I played the deceased's gay lover. And now you don't know, but I essentially look like a twink. I fully accept that I do. It's a funny joke that I make, but it helps me get into character sometimes. So I went on this whole thing. I was crying. I was like, we got into an argument, and I left his house, and then he didn't respond to me the next day, so I thought he was angry with me, but then I got the news from his brother, like, a day later, and it was... and then...
He's definitely
Yeah.
guilty. Definitely guilty.
Now, but here's the thing. We decided to have a bit of a twist ending in it. So what we did was, after that, we had a review of it by our narration voice, and he delivered that the case had become unconclusive, and then after that, it like rolled some faux credits before Froyo came back on screen in the warm lighting because he was just a witness. And he recites in the Froyo voice, word for word, Benny's monologue at the beginning of Fallout New Vegas.
Motherfucker.
And, it seems like you hit a 14 karat run of bad luck. But the fact of the matter is, or whatever, however it goes, and then the second he says that, he turned the head of his puppet down slightly, and we switched the lighting from the warm undertones to a very harsh LED light right above it to cast shadows down, and he's like, the game was rigged from the start. It smash cuts, and then the credits start rolling as the Fallout New Vegas theme starts playing.
Of course. See, only the people here would know the references, because if all of us were the audience, we'd be like, we want our tickets back because fuck you for making me see that with my eyes.
I have the video saved on my computer.
Well, that's good.
When I get home, I can actually I could probably throw it into the Discord.
Definitely
So,
get that.
yeah.
Go ahead.
I want to ask this before we get in. Trinity, which faction? For New Vegas.
Ave Caesar. Ave Caesar, come on.
Ave Caesar, come on.
He already said it.
Now-
Ave Caesar.
Now, if I could, I would more be looking at the Enclave, but I can't. So Ave Caesar.
See? Ave true to Caesar. Cannot you know style? Listen, look, you NCR posers, alright? Your time in California is over. Ave Caesar.
Yeah, but by the time you get to the coast, what happens then?
We'll not
Not
worry.
just when you get.
We'll worry
you
about
get-
the
when
coast
you-
later.
We'll cross that bridge when we'll cross
you
that
see
dam when we
blue-
get to it.
Ha.
No, when you see the blue of the ocean, y'all fucked, and you know. Don't even get started. You know what's gonna happen when you get to the other side.
Danny, I only have one thing to tell you. Degenerates like you belong on a cross.
Keep looking across.
I fucking also. We definitely have it in the back pocket, boys. I do want to do a New Vegas styled Fallout, and I have done a Fallout roleplay before. You can ask Danny; he was, of course, part of it.
Yeah.
If I do it again, I definitely want to do it in the same setting I did it last time, which was
New York.
New York City. And so I'd probably make it more lore friendly, where I'd keep stuff still kind of similar to Fallout, where there'd be the Brotherhood of Steel, there'd be the
You can
Enclave.
make your own factions.
Well, of course,
Dude,
the bigger players in the whole thing would be the bigger players I wrote, but like there'd still be the familiar factions for everyone to kind of get. You
Yeah.
know, yeah.
the
We
Brotherhood should. My opinion is the Brotherhood and Enclave should not be forced into every fucking game to make it interesting. If you can't carry your weight in gold
But
with the Brotherhood,
power armor.
well, it's lore wise because it's where power armor is like held, and they are like in lore spread across the entire country.
And also, fuck
I'm
the
just
lore.
not-
How often does Todd Howard give a shit about that when he makes Fallout 76 content? When he actually gives a shit about the lore, then I'll consider giving a shit about what he's created. So far as I can care and throw a stone, New York City will have some remnants of the power of Brotherhood of Steel that isn't a fucking giant technophile xenophobic assholes like in every goddamn Fallout game.
the Sons of Edison.
Todd doesn't make
my,
anything.
What?
No, Todd
Uh,
doesn't make anything except lies. And I like what you said, Danny. Go ahead, Sir sorry, Trinity.
I was just gonna say a good friend of mine was actually for a while gonna be running a Discord Fallout RP that we were gonna title Fallout Providence. I don't know if any of you have ever been to Rhode Island, but we had several key locations from around the downtown area of Rhode Island, because Rhode Island is just one giant fucking downtown surrounded by a bunch of empty forests. But we had like several key locations in it be home to different factions. We had like Providence Place Mall had half sunken underground, and it was like a massive raider camp, which like different floors were different raider factions that you could find and gain access to or whatnot. We had the Brotherhood of Steel had taken up Hasbro's headquarters in New England, and were like basically like a lot of the old toys and whatnot had been reworked into plasma weapons and whatnot, and it was a whole thing that we put probably too much effort into.
I'm definitely gonna
But
recycle.
yeah, just-
I'm definitely gonna recycle some of those elements because that sounded really cool. Having a couple of
Hasbro company
scavengers
could
going
be-
into a toy company and repurposing some of the toys into laser weapons. I like that.
Yeah.
Turn
The
this
toy
G1
company could have been.
Megatron into a real gun.
I've
What
made
happened,
the
Danny?
Starscream into a scouting drone.
What happened, Danny?
I would say the Hasbro company could have just been like labeled as like Wobco, some kind of like subsidiary of Wobco.
Yeah.
Friendly base.
Didn't Robco even have like the canonically speaking, like that jump toy that you could the riding robotic horse girl toy that you can buy?
Yeah,
Giddy up,
I think that
Buttercup.
Giddy Up Buttercup.
You're the
I think
best,
they
Sir
were
Betty.
responsible for. I think they were responsible for that, but I do remember in
Oh,
Fallout 4, you did-
Rob Bro toys.
It's not for nothing. Ah!
Okay, not so loud in my ears now. I'm slowly getting
Okay.
ready to fall asleep. All right, but
Um,
yeah,
I do
you-
remember some of the factions we created for that roleplay. One of them was the Sons of Edison, who was going to be downtown New York, and they were responsible for why the power and the electric grid was still going.
yeah.
Another group
Will they
was
steal it from the Tesla crew?
Well,
funny enough, we did make a group called the Teslas. They were uptown. They were helping with the aristocratic folks who were up in this tower. What was this? What's the tower up north? It was some kind of. I live in New York, but I don't know the building's name.
what you talking about the
Spray.
state? You talking about the Empire State Building?
Empire. Yeah, the Empire State Building. Well, several elites were still alive because they were some kind of vampiric ghoul things.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of lore that you need to start dropping like that because those are gonna be surprises. But yeah, those are definitely things I wrote.
And then the MTA. It's just one train still working.
Well, no. It was supposed to be a series of small trains, cars that would still be working on their tracks, but the MTA hired ghouls and kept their workforce loaded with shotguns in order to keep out literally anyone from their tunnels because going inside those tunnels could mean messing up the only tracks that work in the city. So they were defending the literal trains zealously. You go into the trains, you'd have to fight the MTA, and they weren't going to hold back. They would deploy as
Hmm.
many ghouls with shotguns in close quarter combat as they can. I demand
I
at least.
demand at least one Eldritch Horror.
We have okay, so there's the demand for a kaiju. Now there's demand for Eldritch Horror.
Does exist in Fallout.
Well, yeah, no, for sure. If I ever did that New Vegas roleplay, for sure there would be like Welcome to the Dunwich Building Museum that had just unspeakably appeared in your mini map.
No, I got one for you. Welcome to the Dunwich brothel.
Hey,
I didn't know I was into tentacles.
you know what?
This is
I
shocking
should do
development
that.
for me.
I should do that. Welcome to the Dunwich Tavern. Just so that I have a reason to use a monster waifu strategy guide.
I've got the waifu catalog.
Yeah, you just walk in and as you expect monsters, they are there, but just dead drop gorgeous anatomy downward.
I'm
Oh,
still
God.
saying.
Animation does something right.
Oh no. I just imagined a centaur waifu and I hate it.
Are the tits on her chest or are they also underneath?
Yes.
Does she have full control of the tentacles?
Wait,
Yes.
Yes.
I thought we were talking about a centaur.
So
No,
Brady,
centaurs from Fallout.
Oh no! Hold on. I can make it sexy. I can.
Just.
Hold on.
can
I
put
can
the
hire an artist to make it sexy.
I have a friend who would be willing to take the challenge for free. Oh
Go into
I
man.
didn't realize this whole idea became Fallout the Frontier all of a sudden. Jesus.
I like how the stream name is still opening the garage, the Lancer garage.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
And we haven't said anything about Lancer in like an hour.
but we bounce around topics. Like it's just also like overall, it's
Between
between the twins, and between the twins
Ugh.
is usually up my podcast, where you guys are like in this super stuffed mega Oreo between me and Lion.
Huh?
Yeah. It needs to be a
If it has
centaur
goal,
in a maid
It's a
outfit.
goal.
Maid outfit.
They're in a tavern. They're not employed. They're singles looking to mingle. Come on.
Specifically,
We're talking-
like barmaid outfit though.
The Dunwich Snuggle Pet.
Can I be the little spoon?
The Dunwich snuggle.
She
cuddle.
would. Yeah. The
Dude,
dumb
I don't think the centaur could be the little spoon, man.
No. First off,
This-
the centaur chose to be the big spoon. It didn't give you the option. Secondly, it's the Dunwich snuggle cuddle struggle. There is no
Wow, I'm
consent in
surprised
that
we haven't
house.
talked about like super.
Once you start cuddling, you ain't stopping.
There's like an immediate like do not open this door. Consent is after you turn the doorknob. It's like that kind of deal.
Abandon hope, all ye who enter.
Yeah, abandon all you all enter. Especially
Yeah,
your
this is just like-
nutsacks.
This was supposed to be an SCP site.
Hey
but
yo,
when
I
we
fucking
found,
yell guai.
What's your favorite
It'd be
SCP?
awkward. My
Damn,
favorite
bro, you
SCP.
had the whole squad laughing.
I know. Right?
Shit, that's a good question.
I don't
I've
even
seen
know
a lot of
SCPs.
SCP material. I guess
What's the one that's really happy, and if I picked it up, it'd make me really happy and cure me of my
That's the
depression.
cuddle-
Monster.
That's
Tickle
all I.
Monster
That's
SCP-999,
yeah.
Yeah, Tickle Monster.
who is also the key to humanity's who's humanity's hero in the future. He will be responsible for defeating the Scarlet King.
Yeah, I
How?
want to have. I want to have him.
Alright, but do bear in mind, you fuck up raising
you
him.
don't. Because if he exists in your universe, so does his father. You don't want that.
No.
Miss me with that.
Those the aristocrats, the the Korean kitsune.
Fucking
Are you
Those
just scrolling
humanity
through
with-
the video list?
No, I'm not scrolling through the video list. I am literally recounting from my top of my head. Those also Lego blocks. That's the one I would
Legos are
want.
pretty
Thank
cool.
you for the raid, Skella man. How was your stream, bro?
Cause like you could build Mega Blocks next to your Lego blocks and have fucking Space Marines chilling with Legos in full sentience.
How's it hanging, Skelly? Get the general. Oh my God, Kadaju, I love you, dude. Oh my God.
Bones Malone and the Rattle Boys.
Oh,
Yo,
come on, Kanojo. You know the general's gonna chase the lone support.
yeah,
And it
you're.
takes 3-on-1.
Yo,
Damn,
real
man.
talk. I'm not support 1v1ing 1v3 those generals. Fuck you, mean. We just can't fuck a
Trinity,
Deathclaw.
Not with that attitude.
Yeah, now you're making it personal. You think I won't try? They could be Sundari as fuck. It could be like a Black Widow thing. I'm one nut and done.
We
Literally.
don't fuck. We don't fuck.
Canonically,
We don't.
Deathclaws can talk.
We don't fuck Death Claws because we'll get too close to the
Frontier.
frontier, and no one wants to get close to that fucking mess.
No, but like, if we could fuck the Deathclaw, we could at least make it where it's not so obnoxious, alright?
It says, dude, what's the funny thing about that whole scene?
Hmm.
When you have sex with the Deathclaw Queen, you're essentially cucking the rest of the Deathclaws. It is an NTR scenario. Every other Deathclaw is
Oh, perfect. I'm
infuriated.
antisocial anyways. It's okay. I don't tell people my pastime is writing D&D content.
Oh man, look at all this paper you've been stacking up. You must be writing a hell of a story. Yeah. Story.
Nervously
Story.
sweats.
How
Covering
to stop Jack from killing himself.
1 question mark 2. 2 little scribble. 3 profit. Ah, perfect. That's what I'm going with.
I hear ring jiggling.
His ring, his bing do bingle bangles.
Jingle jangle.
Playing with the ferrets.
Right,
Ah,
okay.
ferrets. Let me go quickly look at Lancer. So, Perv, how's your stream going, buddy? We're talking about role plays. We're talking about
No, we're
Lancer.
not. We're talking about screwing Deathclaws.
we're talking about
We can do
Fallout.
We
both.
started on Lancer.
I gotta go back real quick to Lancer. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up the Caponium. Because I was bashing in something and we went 80 miles in a different direction because you guys got me off for a second. I was bashing the Barbados and I was gonna ask you guys about your favorite machines.
How did we get from ADHD to fucking a Deathclaw?
Oh,
ADHD.
I can't tell you.
Oh man.
Ah!
Not gonna lie, I saw your camera on stream, and I thought you were smoking a joint with your feet.
Now I have to roll one. But I don't have enough flour for that, I think. No, I think that's gonna be my morning flour for sure. But I can at least do this. Hold on. Cause ADHD. You know, man, I'm feeling I came here for a fun time. Now I'm feeling like I'm attacked.
Ain't no one
What,
making
this is the
fun of
first
your
time?
lifestyle. We accept you. We accept lines of Scaly.
You keep saying that. Like you hope
No support from your hands. No, no.
I couldn't do it with my feet. Alright, it's not like a blunt. If it was a blunt, I hold it a little bit better.
Killed that one guy. All right, it happened. It exists.
I can't believe that. So
Oh, I gotta
crazy.
check the YouTube. If you
Killed
guys,
that guy.
if you guys are watching the Twitch channel, I do hope you guys are also using the YouTube link. If you're following the YouTube channel, for the official Mr. Dungeon channel, just type Mr. Dungeon San on YouTube. Literally, just search instead for Mr. Dungeon San. and you'll see me there.
Yeah, I cannot because I'm on my phone.
Same.
No worries, I'm using my phone, my free phone, to do it.
Well, yeah, but I have my phone on the Twitch stream anyway, so.
You all slowly awaken. You are bound. You have bags over your heads. You hear, "User should have never come here. User causing a lot of trouble for Misa, and Misa can't let you live now."
You say in big doo-doo now.
Oh,
Misa
no!
gonna
So,
I wouldn't
what
mind
we've
doing
been-
Misa!
I wouldn't mind doing a Star Wars roleplay. The only issue I have with doing a Star Wars roleplay is everything gets muddled once you start including Jedi.
Yeah.
So no Jedi?
Dude, it just
Misa was born in the darkness, raised in it. Yusa was simply adopted by it.
ooh, Jar Jar kinky tonight. I see. Jesus Christ, King.
Jar Jar Binks gonna make you his Jar Jar bitch.
Bosso Skelly, it's okay. You can call me Mr. Perf. Some people can still call me that. Like some people still call me Desiderata. That's my old name for Minecraft. Like you can have Force sensitive without Jedi. That might be a ticket, but
Force
always
sensitive Ewok.
I'm gonna throw you out the window.
I've played one before.
No, no.
Similarly, that is how my character died.
I can understand why. Because if I was Force sensitive, I'd throw that Wookiee out the window. The Ewok out
I
the
don't-
window. You fucking Force sensitive little 4-foot little shithead.
I don't remember where. I don't remember what it was. What world it is, but it's that world that has like thousands of layers that are all built up. And we were really high up in it, and we were in. Coruscant, and I was driving a stolen like hover van, and the streets on it are just open space where the hover vehicles go, and it goes down for layers and layers and layers, and my dumbfuck monkey brain Ewok was driving it because he was the only one with pilot skills, and he happened to see something shiny and look and lean out the door, and then fell to his death. And the party, like, one person scrambled to catch the wheel while the rest leaned out the back of the van and watched as he landed headfirst on a pipe that went across one of the roads, and then, like, just watched him bend it in half and just, like, squish into it.
$1 million baby. Next.
So that's how my Force sensitive Ewok died.
Beautiful
Damn,
way.
man.
Beautiful way that he died. I mean, look,
Truly.
listen, honestly, I'd do it less dramatic. I'd have just been like, and so the Imperial Stormtroopers found you. How? And they start firing on you.
No.
I was just saying, like, and so the Force sensitive Ewok collapsed off his car, collided to the ground.
Is a giant space crab. I'm proud of you for noticing, Kanajo.
I think that's called cancer, isn't it?
It is a
No,
giant
it's
space
not.
crab. It is
It-
definitely a
It
giant.
was cancer. It was.
It's called a
Herma,
You
Hermitar.
could.
I'll try my hand at this. Lancer, you were talking about dungeon?
Yeah.
Well, you wanted to steer the conversation back to it?
No, it's great because it's the right spot. Danny was just talking about the giant crab robot. It's a Hermitar.
Yeah,
Alright.
It's Domio Hamatar. There you go.
Damio Hermitar. Yeah. It's from
It's from
Monster
Monster
Hunter. It was the giant robot was based off one of my favorite monsters. Some of the more later
Bullshit,
fights.
That's Kezu. We both know it.
Some of the later fights were going to involve more of my favorite creatures. This was a testing phase. Like, come on, I wasn't just gonna throw a wyvern at you guys. Imagine me throwing the Kezu. It would have had like this basically barrier every time you guys would have moved in a certain distance. Shocked you, Lance, for immediate 6 energy damage.
Jack.
I know what I said.
Wait, no, don't do that.
Fuck off.
Wait, no, don't do that. I would die. I only have like 13 health. Please.
Yeah, it zapped the rest of the group to death, but hey, that's why future engagement with those creatures, we'll have different types of play mechanics I have in mind. But I definitely want to include more Monster Hunter-esque robots, as well as Zoids, as well as other type of things too, in the future parts of our campaign for DDM. It's just
Dude,
Zords.
if you give me Zoids, I will actually bust one.
we could get there. You just got to give me the time.
Okay. Wait, is Cheatham? Hold on, is Cheatham awake? Oh, I have ideas.
I feel sorry for Cheetah, man.
So yeah, Kananju, if you're interested, damn, you're in a good position to be like available. You don't have any other games. You're practically free. You seem really interested in everything we're kind of doing here. The only real shitstorm that you'll probably have to face is learning the systems for kind of what you want to play. And so, uh, Lancer is going to be the mech roleplay that we're planning on doing, which is what you see currently on screen. Um, so, Reddy, do you need me to walk through any of the systems? I mean, we're gonna all walk through it together before we do actual sessions and all. But
I was talking more in general.
I'm sorry.
Oh, just with space crabs and such.
No, I'm saying I was gonna ask you how familiar are you with Lancer so far, as a term for its rule sets.
About a day's worth.
How comfortable do you feel about it? If I was to like make some stuff up and have you just run without any type of playtesting.
Yeah, I trust you.
It's more like, do you trust yourself?
Yeah, do you trust you?
Yeah. Hell's Wrath turned out alright.
No, so what will end up happening is that all players interested we'll do a reminder mission of off-stream thing. It's no way I would run Lancer without doing it. It's just I want to make sure I want to hear if you guys already have some basic understanding, so it doesn't have to be so in depth. So I don't have to tune it. Like, much do I have to tune it? Are we doing it for basically novices again, or are we doing it for, hey, this is just a reminder, a refresher. Here are things how go. So use a little bit. We'll spend like an hour at most, and then get the actual roleplay going. You know what I'm saying?
I still remember the majority of the system personally.
Same.
Okay, so seems like I'll do it. I'll probably end up doing the hour kind of like walkthrough again. And you also have my original notes how I did the first mission, so you guys are definitely waking up in the void. Yeah, no,
Gross.
like I said, canonically speaking, you guys definitely lost that mission. As far as like getting off that planet alive.
Did we kill the kaiju?
Inconclusive.
Fuck.
Well, yeah, because we can't actually go through what would have happened. I've already like canonically spoken that regardless of your choices, the DDM fighters didn't mercenaries did not survive the planetary obliteration. Now it
I
wasn't.
don't care about them. That's fine. Fuck those guys. They were dicks.
You are one of those guys.
Exactly.
Well,
Wait,
That's the
what?
point.
Jack's like, wait a second. What?
we have we have books to give you, my friend, and there's definitely tutorial videos online too for Lancer as well as the Componium app that we can definitely get you all hooked up for, brother. The only thing is, if you got the interest in the willpower, it's definitely worth it. Servade, how do you feel so far as one of the fresher newcomers to Lancer?
Oh, I'm digging it quite a bit.
And you like Gundam, right?
Watching videos. Oh, yeah, I guess you could say I like Gundam.
Nah, I think you like the Gundam just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Not Seed.
It's like
We
I
don't
just like
ever
Star
go-
Trek just a little bit, but none of you know anything about Star Trek.
All I know is
Live
that
long
you
and
don't
prosper?
wear red shorts.
we both tried.
Nah, I know, and I appreciate it. Trust me, I do.
Shit, man, I could have fucking like just look at you like I ain't no shit. At least I gave the attempt.
Damn, I have 11 viewers just sitting and chatting about all this horse monkey. It's great. No, I appreciate the love and attention for the role plays. I really do hope we build up a real large amount of like hype for future campaigns. Um, like we're talking right now about Lancer, which is a huge mech role play that I've written before. It basically follows the story of a private military company known as Drop Dead Men, and it follows the mercenaries of that team. And I'm really hyped to start using Tabletop Simulator for some fucking token assets and all that goody shit. Like, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be this beautiful. It's gonna be so
Why
much
can't we
more.
just? Why can't we just do what Dragon Kid did with his videos and just use the assets built from this thing?
Why don't you get me those assets or make me the maps?
Not the maps, the mechs.
Yeah, but Tabletop Simulator makes me a 3D models. It's nice. Anyway, we get like other robot profiles too. I also want to learn. Trinity, do you know how to make any of the custom .jsns? It's not .json. The custom modded stuff that you can put into the Capcom. Like, can we even mod stuff into it?
You mean the LCPs?
Yeah, we
Like
can.
that? That
Yeah, the LCP for no, not the LCP. Wait. Field Guide to Sedan.
Yeah, that's the it's a homebrew thing that was written by a group of homebrewers that the makers of Lancer brought on and licensed as like
Oh,
official homebrew kind of thing.
Whoa. You're telling me they decided to put a bunch of homebrew mechs into Lancer?
Yes.
yeah, the
What-
Callista,
what-
the
what was up next?
Callista, the Palisat, the Comet, the Charioteer.
That mech that video from Dragon Kid that I posted, the Rotarius, when I pinged you with it line, that was a homebrew mech, a homebrew frame.
Oh, the Rotarius comes from this?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a broken machine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. They how you know.
Hey,
I wanna-
there's a
Just
lot of
saying,
broken.
I really
Just
wish I
saying.
could write I really wish I can get. I hope I can learn how to write the .lcp file that would let me install my own packs, where I can use their con in order to make frames for you guys, like my custom frames.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want to write my own custom licenses, because that would let me make the Zoids. Here's your Zoid level 1 license, so that way you can actually still
Yeah.
equip it to other things. Sure, I can use Roll20 and we can have it on paper, but it would be the same. But I definitely want to put Zoids and giants, like especially because Armada ships are in now too.
Yeah.
Holy shit! What the fuck is that? Well, there's two things. They're doing a KDF recruitment drive. Having a 65 KDF allows you to use any item on any side of it, and the event ship is this.
STO? I don't know. STO on PS4.
Oh, Stargate, Star Trek Online. Gotcha.
I'm okay. So if all the Sudan stuff is from
It's
the
going to be
Atkins-
going to be canonically added. What's up, Dance?
Oh, they made an update to Sudan homebrew.
Yeah. You can, if you go through the CompCon, you can actually get the LCP right from it. That's how I got it. That's where I got the Myrmidian license that I took, is from that.
Oh man, you best believe I gotta double check that before I let that slide.
Literally, all I have from it is that it's like 3 system points, and it allows me to clear 1 heat at the end of my turns as a free action. It's just at the end of each of my turns, I clear 1 heat, and that's it.
I just need to see what mechs all available for the home.
Yeah, so long as it can go into the CompCon, I can't really complain, which is why I want to learn how to write my own stuff for the CompCon. Star Trek Online is semi-canonical. Damn. Damn, that make you forced to pay. They make you pay for your fucking updates for their lore. Damn.
Yeah, they gotta make money somewhere.
Yeah,
I
got
mean,
it.
no one's
Yeah.
watching the TV show anymore.
Ain't nobody watching Picard, that's for damn sure.
So if you guys were in the Lancer universe, right, and you were in this garage, you were just finished getting out of a really tight, close quarter firefight. You're in the space hangar. You're just limping through a claustrophobic hallway, barely holding on to the inches of your life. You finally reach up to this like mag-locked, airlock door. It opens and closes right behind you, and leads you into a very, very badly damaged hangar. Inside this hangar has a worse for wear frame inside of it. What frame? When if you look, if it could be any frame, what is that frame that would make you go, ah, fuck? Why did it have to be you? I don't want to pilot this.
Oh man, I know exactly what mech.
Fuck. I can't remember the name of it.
I'll figure it out, Buttercup.
Are we talking about any mech in any fiction or in Lancer only?
We'll talk about frames from Lancer, and then in the mech universe itself later. But frames in Lancer.
Simple. Lancaster.
Okay.
I would not pilot a Lancaster.
Servati?
Hmm.
Oh,
A
you.
frame that I just like would hate to have to pilot.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Barbarossa.
I keep hearing hate on Barbarossa.
It's not even hate. It's just like disappointment of what could have been.
It's a big boy.
You know, as weird as it sounds, the Nelson, I just hate how it looks.
Really? Nelson?
It's the appearance, not the functionality.
Yeah, it's just appearance.
Damn, Danny, he's shitting on your culture.
What are you talking about? I don't give a shit about the Nelson either.
Well, I mean, doesn't it look like a knight?
Kinda.
I was gonna say the same thing. It's like kinda, but if I really felt that way towards the Nelson, I would have been piloting a fucking Nelson from the get-go.
Alright, yeah, I really don't like Nelson. Jeez, alright, what the fuck?
Yo, Tony V, when you get a chance, look at the.
I think it's kind of neat.
Yeah,
the
as a
Lancer
main.
chat and tell me if that's one of the mechs inside the field guide to Sedan Lancer frames.
What the land?
Is there a samurai-looking suit? It's called the Tokugawa.
The Sabrera? Yeah, it is.
Ah, fuck yeah. Then it must be the Callisti, must be in that shit too. That's strict melee one.
Yes, the Callisti's there.
Yeah, you can see in the description. It's in Field Guide to Soldan.
Yeah.
Soldan.
Actually, you know what? Quick change on that answer. Black Witch.
Ooh, spicy. Can't
Now-
play a tech attack. Gotcha.
Change my answer to Goblin.
Cool. Makes sense to me.
Hobgoblin was one I thought about.
I can't. How are you supposed to play Goblin? I
You
know it's
don't.
all about just literally based on basic, tech attacks, but
Your goblins, lol. I get to fuck with the field, lol.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's also symbiotic. It gets to stick on top of other allies and continue to be a cunt. Because once it's symbiosis into something, he only has one flex mount. He only has one license for one flex weapon that allows him to shoot on reactions to whoever he's attached to, even if he's already attacked that turn. And he gets to attack for free. Like, dude, it's retarded. He's crazy tough.
I really wish I could access that one. What was that
He
one
even
giant
gets an
mech?
accuracy on. Sorry, he even gets accuracy on his tech attacks.
What was the giant mech that was like one of the first ever homebrew? He was a massive boy. He was like size 3, and every time he walked, caused the arena to kind of shake with him. He was meant to. And one of his core passives, like, if you're low enough HP and if that mech can kill you, he can kill you immediately. He also had like this gigantic Megaton hammer that I really wanted, because it's a super heavy weapon.
Oh
And it
shit!
did, like-
Old school RuneScape's on Steam.
Mhm.
And you're talking about like the homunculus or homunculus, Hercules.
Yeah, literally one of the first few homebrews that came out.
Cyber Doggo bark. Can I be a sentient dog piloting a command wolf?
There we
As
go.
long as you want a tragic backstory to make your character exist, sure. You also have an artificial life expectancy, so you don't live as long as a regular human does.
It's called the Thaumalicales, the Walking Mountain. It's one of my favorite of the homebrews.
Did they
Simply because
fix
it is,
the
like,
launcher not working multi-screen? I have no idea if you're talking about RuneScape, because I don't play it, but I was just like, ooh, cool. I didn't know it was there.
That's cool. How do I get RuneScape
Neat.
out of my RuneScape out of my Steam now?
Hey, cool! I have RuneScape on my Steam. How do I get RuneScape off my Steam?
Right click, hide game.
Hey, someone put free Zune on my phone. How do I get Zoom
Huh.
off my phone?
I need to restart my phone.
God, I love that joke so much. That's one. It had to been like one of his best jokes. Second only to. What do you mean, like Tamagotchi ate its kid and died?
Brutal.
Yo.
I understand what you mean now. My Tamagotchi keeps eating its own poop. It's just not food, Tamagotchi. It's just not
Zune.
food.
I haven't heard the word Zune in years. I had flashbacks. My man Kunaju sat in his chair. Invoke the words of the old. I haven't heard those
Don't
since the former
invoke
years.
the war. Do not invoke the
Walkman.
war.
Yo, honestly, I almost want to call the time, like, I literally want to start a time frame, like a year's, literally marking Trump as, like, the epitome of, like, yeah, shit just had hit such a low. Trump era.
I own a Walkman. It's still-
Radical.
It still works.
Pre-Trump life, man. It's like a memory.
Pre-COVID was a life.
Yeah,
The
that too.
Great Poof.
I see that more of a bigger problem than in fucking Chinese.
I see that as an issue from, like, everyone involved. Everyone was terribly incompetent to fucking handle the situation. Just goes to show you the growing inadequacy of our own government.
And world governments.
Yeah, no kidding. No one was, except a few of their own countries, like Denmark and Sweden and other places around the world, who took their quarantine much more seriously.
Denmark and Sweden and Norway are all isolated as fuck. You know anyone who lives there who talks to you on a day-to-day basis? Fucking nobody. Shit, man, the zombie apocalypse could fucking happen right now, and those fuckers wouldn't know that it did happen until years later, maybe.
Nah,
Fuck, they're that isolated, man.
You'd figure out
It
sooner
wasn't
than
like-
later.
It wasn't like the government was ready or some shit. It's just that the population density per square foot is so fucking minuscule compared to other nations. It's just majority of those countries are just fucking woodlands. So that's why we still have stories of the fucking what's this thing called? Guys, that's that fake ass Santa Claus.
Listen, Kanaju. Some people were just trying to recreate the scene from Little Nicky, where Ozzy bit off the head of that bat. It took it a little too far. You can do it! You can do it, Cheeky! Chinky! Oh, I'm
You
terrible.
can do it, Ozzy. Bite his fucking head off. God, it's so sad that he's a fake. They could have gone away with using a fucking real
No.
bat.
Ozzy's real bad days were over.
I'll eat this whole sandwich. He starts chewing on the sandwich. Everyone starts losing interest. I'll finish it later. Ah!
Fucking
Oh,
Ozzy's
no,
a character.
I'm gonna need to look at these fucking I'm gonna watch the field guide to Sedan to see what like shit I'm gonna add to my core build idea.
COVID 20 years earlier because of Little Nicky. Ha!
I mean, they did attack that one guy with bees.
Shrugs. I'm sorry, man. I forgot who it was.
I forgot too. It was You say Little Nicky, I say Devil May Cry precursor.
Damn! Who out here saying shit like that? Which one of you fouls?
I did. I said that shit.
Tomorrow your Black Survival main isn't in internal. Oh. Yo, who's in internal for Black Survivor game night? Do you have like a roster? I want to see who's in that game, yo. Thank you for redeeming the sound clip. Damn, game night. How long ago did he say that? Well, he didn't even say that here. He fucking said that in Discord. Yeah, he said it right now.
He
Okay.
said it back. This Discord is like the. Is like Twitch chat moving? Because I don't see it moving on my screen.
No one's
Yeah,
talking.
It's still going. It's still going.
Yeah, everyone's good. I was just like looking around for Game Night's message, but it was in Discord instead. Ah, man, boys. DDM's also gonna have giant space pirates and space pirate ships that are actually ships. Because fuck it, why not?
Ooh, wait.
They can base Monsanto. Base all the ships off of Monsanto Wi-Fi. Make it more interesting. They have a monster fetish. We don't know why.
There's actually a couple of extra frames on the Massive Press website. The IPSN Kid, the SSC Emperor, and the SSC White Witch.
Go ahead, post this on Discord. I can add you.
Let me see if I can grab LCPs for them.
Okay,
I want to see what they
the only person who really mattered on that tier list of chicks in that game is Chiara.
fucking pause.
My Chiara's my waifu. The fact that Shoichi is in this game. Magnus made it? What the fuck?
Ooh, the Emperor looks like.
They put Magnus, but not Danny's favorite dude with the shotgun? Damn, Danny, they cucked your favorite character.
I'm used to this kind of shit by now. They did it to Mordekaiser, they did it to Nautilus, the set. Yeah, I'm used to this shit. King
All right,
Arthur.
they don't
Damn.
have LCPs for them, but I did post the images for them.
Oh, there they are. Ooh. I think I saw the kid too.
IS
Yeah, that looks cool.
Yeah, it's so weird to see the like ISPSN, North Star making their own fucking Lancaster. Why? Why would they want to do that to themselves? We don't need more cows.
I want to know what the deal was with the White Witch.
Well, it's coming out with no room for a wallflower campaign guide.
Huh.
But I do like how
Neat.
the Emperor looks.
We're talking about special. We're talking about. Oh yeah, let me go invite you to the Lancer chat because you are essentially going to become a player in it. Well. Yeah, do it tomorrow. Wait, where the hell did Danny go?
Oh. He ain't my brother.
Huh.
No,
Yeah, no idea.
he didn't realize he got disconnected. It happens.
Maybe.
It do be
It do be like that.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Hello?
There you are.
Hey.
There he is.
don't
I
know,
fucking
just-
sent him. I sent him a question marks, and he sends me question marks back. Like, nigga, I'm still on the call.
Dude, I thought you kicked me from the call.
Why would I kick you?
I don't fucking know.
I don't have a reason to.
Oh, the No Room for Wallflower is also adding art for years old versions of different frames.
Oh, that's cool.
Here, I'm sending one for the Swallowtail. So they're taking like early versions of the frames and what they looked like.
Oh.
So that was at like normal camouflage before they actually had like cloaking.
Makes sense to me. It even says it right there. It's a Ranger variant, so they're probably releasing some of their more conceptual arts as variant types for the actual machines, which is an actually cool idea. You should make
Yeah.
that would give us a little bit of different play room for different types of environmentals. Like instead
Oh.
of being a just typical camo turning invisible, now you can go into a top of like more jungle dense roleplay. Maybe even reenact Predator with using the black mark. Was it with the infinite stealth
The metal mark.
middle mark? There you go.
Actual fuck. I'm looking at the Emperor's PDF right now. His HP is 5. Almost 0. Evasion 10. E defense 8. Speed 5. Size 1. Heat cap 5. Repel cap 1.
Wait, what's
Sensor
its
range
eight?
20.
What's it? What's his evasion?
10.
Average.
Sensor range 20. Tech attack plus 1 and
Wait,
save
what the
target 11.
fuck? 20 range?
Yeah.
Yeah, but nothing in the game currently has 20 range.
Yeah.
Oh, it does?
Death's Head, Goblin,
Okay, never mind. Continue then.
Swallowtail.
Its traits are siege armor. The Emperor has resistance to all damage originating from a distance greater than range 3. But it doesn't help for the fucking fact it has 5 fucking... It's tissue paper. It's the same HP value as the fucking Lich. You're keeping this bad boy fucking far away from the combat field. Sovereign Presence. Once per round, when the Emperor hits or is hit by a melee or range attack, it releases a burst 1 AoE around itself, if it was hit, or its target, if it was the attacker. that deals 1 energy damage to all counters caught within other than the Emperor.
Oh, what? So what? It's a reactionary. If I get hit, everything around me also gets hit.
Yeah, but for once per round.
That's disgusting. So,
Core system, daring.
but hold on. Is that damage AOE around him? Is that like indiscriminate or?
All it says is to all counters caught within the one boss AoE other than the Emperor.
One
Yeah, so
burst.
everybody.
Yeah, so it sounds like indiscriminate. So if it's allies next to me, you would all get hit.
So its core system is the Darwin Regalia. Integrated weapon, the Marathon Arc Bow. It's a main launcher, line 10, and 2 energy. Allied characters caught in the area are not attacked, but instead gain Overshield plus 2.
Ooh.
The special Overshield does not replace the last one, but rather increase it up to a maximum of Overshield 10. If an ally has no Overshield, they go to Overshield 2. This weapon can be drawn back with a quick action to increase its range 20 line, and on its next attack. This effect is lost if you make any for any reason.
So I couldn't hear you too much because you're cutting in and out a little bit from at least on my end. But it sounded like you can extend his range.
Yes, when you use a quick action,
So
increase the range.
increase the range of his attack or his sensors.
No, the line attack. Because his line attack is 10, going straight forward. But he can increase it 20, but he cannot move when he does that.
Ah, I see. Okay, so basically like stay still sniper rifle.
His active core power. Zorc's Apex. For the rest of the scene, when the Marathon Arc Bow is drawn back, it deals 2 damage and increases Overshield by +2 on its next each mech counter caught in its line of effect. Its damage cannot increase past 10, and it cannot increase Overshields past 10 as normal. This is a weird ass.
Yeah, I'm not following it. So what? He can't. He deals extra
pretty much-
damage.
He does extra damage for every ally that gets hit by the bow, but they also increase the Overshield power as well. But it cannot succeed +10 to both sides.
Yeah, that just sounds weird. What the fuck? Why can't it be simple?
It's a very complicated mech.
Yeah, I don't see it taking wing. Like, okay, I was following the first 2 parts of it, and then the next one, the like, it has utility because it can give allies overshield. Cool. It has this weird effect where every round it can redirect damage. I guess annoying, but okay. But its core power sounds weird. What the fuck? Maybe it's broken. Maybe we're sleeping on it. Maybe we're just not understanding it.
The North Star Kid. Let's see what its stats. What the hell? Its HP is 6.
Maybe they're
It's
just
all,
like maybe it's like not like 100% gonna be that those
That
stats.
stat?
Yeah.
I hope
Based on the
so,
fact
man.
that like those were, I don't know when they were posted, but there's no LCPs for them yet, and they're coming in a book coming later down the line. There's still plenty of room for them to be changed.
Hell yeah. So
I do like how the
if-
Genghis Khan World Killer looks.
if so happened to be anyone from Lancers actually ended up listening to the stream for any reason in particular, just please don't make the Emperor sound like as confusing as it is. Like everything should probably be straightforward, streamlined, and God, for the love of God, make the Barbaros a little faster.
Do anything. Fix it.
Yo, seriously, do that, and I'll make a funny DBZ fighter reference where I'll put the Barbaros' face as Goku. Like, oh right, I'm finally ready to fight. Give Barbaros some fucking love.
Yeah, seriously.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know.
I like it.
I just saw it on their Twitter.
Oh, yeah. Whatever this thing is.
Jack the Ripper.
It definitely
Oh,
looks
my
like a.
bear!
It definitely looks like an SSC frame.
No, it looks more like horse than anything.
No, not Horus. I
No,
wouldn't.
not Horus. If
cannot say-
anything, it might be North Star or Smishimano.
Okay, see, I lean towards SSC just because it might be their attempt to copy the Tokugawa. We're starting to see that other companies are copying each other's frames. Haven't you noticed the other Lancaster?
The kid.
The kid, yeah.
Hmm.
So it'd be really cool to see the other companies tackling
So
other type of
Smith
frames.
Shimano. So you're telling me that the Smith Shimano Corporation decided to copy the Nelson from North Star and make the White Witch?
Ooh,
Because look at the White Witch.
spicy.
It literally reminds me of Nelson. Yes.
The White Witch actually looks good though.
Ooh. I
Wow,
want
Uh,
to see what the
why
White
the
Witch is
fuck
gonna do.
I can tell you,
Yeah.
I had the page up for it, the PDF for it up.
And that
Yeah, it
Send
cla-
me the PDF. Send me the
kid-
PDF. I want to read it so while you read it out loud, or I read it out
it
loud.
it classifies the White Witch as a point defense duelist. The
So,
Emperor's
Fira.
tactical artillery, and the kid is drone warfare and electronic defense.
Just about to point out the kid's roles. It's probably built off the Lancaster's chest. So
Seriously, it's
why
just
carry people when you could carry drones?
No, you know what it looks like?
Hmm.
It looks like the Boston Dynamics' first robot dog. The
Yeah.
big one that they had like carrying military bags and stuff.
I can see that.
yo.
That's what it looks like to me.
If any of you pick up the kid, I demand that your character not even like get like a fucking AI to pilot your machine for you as you stand on top of your machine with a mounted machine gun.
Bet I fucking won't.
But yeah, the kid, no, looks dope. I do so. I want to read or hear Sleep Time. Good night, Kanaju.
Good night, Naju.
Good
Yeah.
night, Kanaju.
It's starting to get
Good night,
nighttime.
Kanajo.
Oh, it's
Uh,
another fantasy
Yeah,
world.
I'm only
Fuck.
halfway through my shift.
Yeah, no, I need to get ready for my final, like get ready to get bed so I can deal with my final shift. But I want to hear at least what the fuck the White Witch is all about.
Yeah. I'll see if I can't do some research tonight, and I might be able to find some information on making LCP files.
Yeah, that's gonna be dope. Where so, Danny, do you have the file open for the PDF? And can you pass it to me?
I was supposed to pass a PDF on the phone.
Is it on their website? You found it?
It's on the Massive Press.
Gotcha. Hold on. Massive Press.
I think
Ooh.
Ragnarok.
The Kid, the Emperor Hero, the White Witch. Download. God, it is really pretty.
The story generator, the plot, the twist. A rival Viking clan is spreading a mysterious illness. The twist is it's causing time travel for 100-year winter war.
That sounds kind of like a cool plot.
No, because it's just at other this website you can look at other games they have available.
Mm-hmm.
So this game is called Ragnarok, which apparently is about the age of Vikings, but they found alien technology.
Don't give Drunk Nord's fucking alien technology.
And I'm saying that Odin would love this shit.
Ferrero reactive shell passive. Each time this mech takes damage from a source, even if that damage is reduced or ignored, increase its armor by 1 for the rest of the scene, up to a maximum of 6. Oh, wow.
Huh.
Even if that damage is reduced or ignored. Wow. For the rest of when
Huh.
it's active, for the rest of the scene, your Ferrero reactive armor gains +2, and its maximum armor is increased to 12. Each time your armor increases from the system, your mech releases a burst 1 AoE that deals 1 AP kinetic damage to all characters and objects in the zone, as it draws raw material. As the fucking thing draws raw goddamn materials from the environment. However, your Ferrero reactive armor would increase. If your reactive armor would increase past 12, the armor explodes instead of dealing 1 AP kinetic damage and a burst 2 radius around your mech, causing all characters to pass a whole save or be knocked prone, then immobilize and shred. God damn! Immobilize
Yeah, that
and
sounds a little busted.
Oh, that's if your armor blows up. The Ferrero reactive armor is set to 0. It continues to be active, and its effect can occur. You're a walking, talking, ticking, nearly unkillable fucking time bomb. Every time someone hits you, you're just closer and closer to fucking blowing up. Dude, you're like the equivalent of fucking Killer Queen. But instead of fucking, what's it called? Being able to click to turn on the bombs, you need to be punched to be turned on. God.
Man, Discord's being bitchy tonight.
Is it?
Yeah.
You guys didn't catch any of that?
No.
Some
I
of
didn't,
it.
at least.
The TLDR for the White Witch, every time it gets hit, it gets more armor. When you activate that core power, it gets to double its passive defense value it gets. Even if the damage didn't do damage, it still gets to gain armor defense. Once it hits 12, past 12, its cap, it explodes in a area burst of 2, shredding, knocking prone, and exposing any character or object in this area. He also deals damage every time he gets hurt. Like, you don't want to be near. Deploy
Who gave the Manticore crack cocaine?
If you're gonna deploy in the white witch, you have to be by yourself. Because if you're not fighting the enemy, you're a liability to your team. You're gonna be exploding everywhere. I'm gonna read out.
That's SSC's attempt at making their own version of the Manticore from Horus.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it reminds me of.
Ferrero Fluid Lance. To say that this needle from thin air is the best fit phrase, but it's not accurate. Not entirely. There's no such thing as thin air. Not in the way that one means it when it's used that phrase. Quote, agreeable atomic space, quote. That's what thin air really is. A place where one could, if one could, coalescate utility from useless particulate mass with a thought, with a snap of our finger. Here, watch this. That's what the flavor text was for the Ferro Fluid Lance. It's a main melee, threat 2, deals 1d6 kinetic damage. The flavor text reads, once per round, you may force a character struck by this weapon to make a hull save. On a failed save, both you and the target are immobilized. At the end of each of its turns, the target can repeat the save, freeing both of you on a success. As a quick action on your turn, you can break away from this immobilization effect on both of you to whip your target away, knocking them back 4 spaces any direction. Otherwise, you both remain immobile. Oh! You can pin someone down with your but you don't
Huh.
move. Oh, oh God, that's disgusting. Think about it. He pulls in a high-risk target. Everyone keeps shooting him, but he keeps exploding and dealing damage to himself. But it doesn't hurt him. It only hurts the person he's holding on because he keeps having the fluid reactive armor kill him slowly. He's like White Witch is like wearing Sunfire cape. That's what it is.
Jeez.
And you just keep getting armor, and then you explode, and then you just keep getting back more armor. And its main weapon is designed like a whip. It pulls you in place, except it also keeps White Witch in place. But White Witch doesn't care. It wants to be shot at. Hit me with your best shot, because even if it does hurt me, it's gonna hurt your friend too. Jesus, what do they do? Like, who makes these things in Lancer? Because these guys are doped up on like some cope.
Yeah, seriously.
This one's called the Pinning Spire. We call it demand compliance tethering, though that makes it sound as if they have a choice to resist. 2 system points. It's a quick action. Your mech and one character within 3 and line of sight are immobilized. On any sequential turn, you can end this effect as a free action, or your target can end it by successfully hitting you with a ranged or melee attack, or by passing a hull save as a quick action. So he gets a melee weapon as a quick action on your turn. On a failed, once per round, you may force. Targets are
Oh, wait.
immobilized.
Imagine mixing that with oh, I don't remember which one it is, but there's one frame that has the ability to swap positions with an enemy.
Isn't that Lich?
It might be. I don't remember. One frame has the ability to swap its position with an enemy that it can see.
But what I was reading for, right, was between the Pinning Spire and the Furfluid Lance. So the Furfluid Lance has no ruling about its pinning, where you won't lose pinning so long as you don't move. That is the only thing that keeps the mobilization. So that means you can also use the Pinning Spire on top of the Furfluid Lance for free. Meaning you're not only pinning one asshole down, you can pin 2 people down if they're close enough. I mean, sure, they can break out of it if they hit you with a range attack or a melee attack or pass a hull save as a quick action, but still, that wastes an action.
Yeah.
This is looking to be really spicy, the White Witch. Yo, someone's been playing like Armored Core. That's what it is. Alright, hold on. I'm going to read the next one is the Sympathetic Shield. Soon enough, we realized that shaping weapons from molecules and particles wasn't enough to justify the conical mag as a system worth platforming. We needed to find a way to make it more visual, tactile, concrete, imposing, thrilling. We needed to sell the next step in real space control. So, with some tuning and, regrettably, input from visual, we figured out how to define the White Witch as the most terrifying alien thing you've ever fucking seen. That was the thing it said. I wasn't. It's 2 system points. It's an overshield, shield limit 3, and it's also a quick action. You project a shield of resonate fluid over an allied character within 5 range. That character gains Overshield 8, but any damage dealt to this Overshield before reductions of any kind also deal kinetic damage to you, as if the attacker had damaged you, no matter how. Oh, fuck!
Uh-oh.
Oh, I understand! That is fucking a nightmare! Okay, I'll break it down. Okay. Let's use Jack and the White Witch. Jack, you still there?
Yeah.
You're within 5 range. You're just far enough from the White Witch that you're not going to be hit from the explosions every fucking 9 seconds it does. However, you and the White Witch are a solo mission. Not a solo, but like a duo team mission. And as you guys are basically running up what would be like World War One field trenches, going into basically a small den worth like drakes who are heavily battered down and ready for ready to fight your melee combat by shooting you in reply. And as you jump into combat, the White Witch puts the sympathetic shield on you. You get Overshield 8. That means your defense, you automatically negate 8 damage on any incoming attack. Anytime that damage hits you, it may negate to you, but it still hits the White Witch, no matter how fucking far the White Witch is. So, if the White Witch keeps getting hit because they're shooting you, Jack, but they're shooting Jack to stop Jack from trying to kill them, but every time they shoot Jack, they're also killing their other ally friends because the White Witch is charging in, exploding every fucking 5 seconds because Jack is triggering the ferrofluid armor. You see what's happening?
The White
Oh,
Witch
no.
usual is constantly having fucking Sunfire keep activated because Jack is just moseying his way through.
Dude, this thing is broken. I want to play it. Camus
Imagine pairing that.
Mhm.
Imagine pairing that with I think it's the Tortuga, the shield that the Tortuga gets that it can use to protect an ally.
But then nothing would hurt you guys. You'd just be running in there perpetually fucking defended.
Yeah, exactly. Because then you can the White Witch could actually you could run into melee with the White Witch, and the White Witch could use its shield to protect you from the damage that it is doing.
Ah. Yo, seriously, there's gonna be some the White Witch, yo, is so impressive. It's coming off. It's popping off. Camus's razor. Manipulating the world around the platform doesn't end at rearranging the natural/built environment. This was the line that many on the team were afraid to cross. The question we had all asked ourselves once we bracket the platform. What happens when we apply it to a person? What does existence mean when it can be ended with a thought? 2 SP, it's unique. It's a quick action, shield, and a reaction. Your mech is capable of projecting a spot magnetic force of incredible power. You can prime the system as a quick action. Once primed, once before the start of your next turn as a reaction, when an ally within 3 and line of sight of you is targeted by an attack or another effect that deals at least partly kinetic or explosive damage. Before the attack is made, you can cause the attack or effect to instead target your mech. This attack or effect transfers no matter if the original could hit or you or not, such as a melee attack. Oh, God.
So it's literally just a walking damage magnet.
Yo, here, buddy, hit this hologram of me instead. Okay, thanks. It throws a frisbee of like a target. Hit me, target mark. And you can get hit anywhere on the fucking map. Ferrero Spike Barrier. Again and again. the meatheads over at Visual asked us to help, quote, no, to, quote, help them sell, quote, the platform. What else could we do? We handed them a power that gods of death and war have coveted since Cain cracked a rock over Abel's head. And they told us, quote, if we can't see it, we can't sell it, quote. So we mucked around and made another Dalek little wonder of them. The F barrier. It's brilliant. Of course it is. We're exotic material. Brilliance is easy. It is called the Fivero Spike barrier. The F barrier. Okay. 2 system points. Full action. And it's deployable. You project a size 2 20 HP spray of liquid metal in a free adjacent space that rapidly hardens into wicked spines. The barrier is a solid object that can be carried for hard cover by any character, and the first time in any round any character is knocked back into the barrier, that character takes 1d6 kinetic AP damage. You can only have one barrier deployed at a time. If a new one is deployed, the other one dissolves. So what, he can create a barrier that people can hide behind. And
That adds to his ferroreactive armor. If I heard that right.
the barrier is a solid object that can be used for hard cover by any character. It's a size 2 20 HP spray of liquid metal. You make a size 2 hardcover, and anyone who gets knocked into the barrier for the first time takes 1d6 AP kinetic damage. It's not as impressive as literally everything else.
Yes, it is.
Huh.
If Jack is on that mission with that White Witch,
Mm-hmm.
and Jack pulls a motherfucker into the barrier
But it deals 1d6.
and holds it into the barrier,
It only says for the first time. It isn't first time in a round. Any character's knocked back into the barrier. He could keep bouncing someone off the barrier to keep causing the effect, maybe, but yeah, that's more situational. The barrier doesn't seem to be anything of interest. It just it's a free hardcover for sure, because anyone can use it for hardcover. That's impressive enough as it is.
I think it's less useful as a hardcover than it is as like using it to, like you said, to like pinball enemies off of it if you have a knockback weapon.
Depending on the ruling and if the game master would allow, maybe even deploying it on top of a ranged unit, so that way you can create a size 2 template on top of a size 1 ranged guy, and keep melee guys from coming into them because they would have to start their round trying to get into the barrier.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another way I can see it working, but otherwise it's, again, kind of more of a situational thing. It doesn't have a tendency of a flow like everything else in so far in the White Witch. Everything else was more streamlined and it kind of made sense. It was like playing off of one another. This one is much more the utility base. I'm failing to see a more practical other than very tight situational niches. But then again, creativity with such tools is what makes roleplay stand out so wonderfully, especially Lancer ones. So I would definitely be interested in seeing how someone else might deploy and use the Fivero Spike barrier. But to me, it looks like the weaker part of the White Witch.
Honestly, I think if the whatever GM were to rule it so that the ferroreactive barrier also adds onto the White Witch's ferroreactive plating or armor
Yeah,
to also add to their shielding, I think that would be cool.
Yeah, that might tone up the damage of it. So let's go check out the last one, which is the retort loop. Ultimately, I have returned to the core of what we made, the code we cracked when we figured out Noah/M. From a simple prompt, we created a terrible engine. I am more proud of what we did than anything I've ever worked on before, but it should never see the light of day. Working with Visual convinced me of this. It's their job to translate our work to sales, and if they could not, if the translator cannot understand the text, then who are they to rewrite it? Who is the reader to attempt to access it? I conclude my summary with this. Mothball the platform. There are less terrible paths we can walk. This is a heavy weapon. It is reliable 3. Its range 10. Its damage is 3 plus charge multiplied by 1d6. This weapon picks up and stores damage. Oh no. I don't
What?
even need to read it. I don't need to read it any further. This one, that's it. This weapon picks up and stores damage taken by your mech's armor as a kinetic charge.
Oh.
Oh, that's just
Mm,
Equinox from Warframe.
No.
I don't
No.
and that's just the first sentence. There's like a small paragraph of some more shit I haven't read. I'm just like skimming.
Oh.
It's a heavy cannon too. So that means you can't quick attack with it. You have to dedicate barraging with it. But
No, is it super heavy or heavy?
heavy.
Okay, no, it's super heavy that you have to dedicate the barrages to.
Oh.
That's
God.
how I'm able to skirmish with my railgun.
Okay. I'm ready to read the next part. When you take damage from a source owned by a hostile character, you may choose to store it. Of course you can. When fired, the weapon deals an additional 1d6 charge per charge, up to a maximum of 3. Okay, fine, there's a limit. Once fired, the charge depletes to 0, hit or miss. They also deplete to 0 if you take a structure or stress damage. Okay, cool. If your mech has 3 charges, your mech is immobilized, but the weapon additionally gains knockback 3. Okay, the last part's kind of weak.
Yeah.
You know, mobile. I mean, that really forces you to want to shoot it. I get it. But then so the way I look at it, it reminds me of like, you know how Samus has her you hold down her B neutral and she charges her
Mhm.
beam. That feels the same way with the retort loop. It's like a version of the Samus's B neutral, but every time you get hit, it puts you in a different charge state for your heavy cannon. And I think what the writer here was trying to get you to do for the retort loop was to make you want to use it, because there's only up to 3, and penalize you if you got up to 3 charges, to make you want to maximize the number of times you get hit, so you don't blow up all the goddamn time and try to limit you that way. But it's like, keep the limit of 3 charges, but fuck the immobilization.
Well, thing with that is, what's the range on it?
It's 10. It's decent.
Yeah,
It's
so
not that bad.
yeah,
But I'm just saying,
the
like,
thing with it, like, the immobilization, the White Witch doesn't care anyway. Being immobilized is almost better
no, I get
because
that.
it focuses you as a target to gain more of your barrier.
Wait, I actually need to read this. When this mech is immobilized, it has resistance to kinetic damage and can't be knocked prone. It can immobilize itself until the end of its next turn as a quick action. When this mech braces, it gains Overshield 5 before taking damage. Of course you do. And it has the Guardian trait. Adjacent allies can use this mech as hardcover, because of course they can. The White Witch is fucking ridiculous. I give it an 8 out of 10. I like it. It gets a stamp of approval from me. If points of criticism, I've already pointed them out. I don't like the Feral Sprite barrier. And I think if I was to let people play it, I'd remove the ad mentioned 3 charged immobilized. But it doesn't really matter at this point because this fucking thing can immobilize itself anyway, so I keep it at this point.
Yeah.
It wants to be immobilized. It has the rooted property. Alright, well, I'm probably gonna read the rest of the other ones to myself. Otherwise, I think I'm gonna go find another guy to go stream snipe and drop.
Yeah. Good night, dudes.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Let me go and throw it towards /raid. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. You guys are in the Discord chat talking about Lancer with me.
Oh, never a problem.
I'm gonna throw us towards Peasant Scribbles if I got her name correct. Yeah, she's doing some Call of Duty right now. She's streams rated us before, so let's go ahead and give her some love. Thank you everybody for tuning in. I don't have an official date just yet for the Lancer campaign to start up. It looks like we're not going to do the Yokai Hunter Society until the 11th, which is perfectly fine. That means we could do some Kingdom Death Monster Servati to fill in all the first week of March.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yep, that's an idea I have because the later into the March, I want to think more about starting up the first actual season of Overarms using YouTube promotional videos. So I want to use March as my first few months of like the first few weeks of like trying to write content and making those videos come out finally.
Right.
All right, thank you everybody for tuning in. Have a good night, and I'm off the air. Thank you, dudes.
Yeah, man, you take care.
Have a good one, dude.
You too.